Welcome to the Fantasy Audiobook. National Job Transfer. Obtain the Physique God System at the beginning. Chapter 1. Great Sha Kingdom, Ningcheng. Today is a test of your dedication these days. Here I would like to emphasize that there is no distinction between high and low occupations. Combat occupations have great potential, but life occupations and enhancement occupations also have potential. As long as the enhanced occupation has high proficiency in skills, no matter where you go, you will be a favorite. On the podium of the Ningzhou Transfer Playground, a job-changing instructor said loudly. In the audience, all the students showed expressions of excitement and anticipation. And in a corner of the playground, Lu Xuantian's eyes were excited. He is not from this world, but traveled over 18 years ago, and after 18 years of growth, his level has also been raised to the 10th level of the black body. In these 18 years, he has already understood everything in this world clearly. This world has come to heaven. The game and reality are integrated into one, and the area is 1,000 times that of Blue Star. In this world, there are countless secret realms, dungeons, and countless monsters. They exist everywhere in this world and run rampant. Humans can strengthen themselves by hunting those monsters, absorbing their experience to grow, or collecting materials or equipment from them. According to the rules of heaven, there is a unified hierarchy for all. It is divided into 10 levels in total, namely black iron, bronze, silver, gold, platinum, diamond, epic, legend, king, and god. Each level is divided into 10 small steps. Every student will be taken by the teacher to various novice secret places and fight in the wild, so as to gain experience, improve their level, and strive to reach the 10th level of the black iron before the age of 18. Because with the improvement of strength, various occupations are derived. Professional. It is the career direction that everyone chooses to become, and it is also the mainstream of the world. Occupations are roughly divided into 3 categories. The first category is the combat category. The most common ones are fighters, tanks, mages, archers, boxers, and so on. The second category is the auxiliary category. Supports that can assist in combat, such as healers, priests, trap masters, and pharmacists, are of great help to combat teammates. And the last one, it is the enhancement plus life system, such as some blacksmiths, enchanters, cooks, or miners, woodcutters, etc. with enhancements. There are also some people who are talented, or lucky enough to be able to transfer to a hidden profession. That would be the existence of the proud son of heaven. Once the job transfer is successful, the level can directly step into the first level of bronze. Look at the job transfer ceremony. I hope that I can change my career to a combat profession. It would be even better if I become a fighter. That's what a man should look like. I want to turn into a mage, just stand behind and just output. Ha ha ha, I will daydream, and I will change your job to a life job later. My family has awakened the spear warriors for generations, and I will definitely be able to awaken the spear warriors this time. Suddenly, a terrifying aura swept across the entire examination room. Everyone was silent for an instant. That is Ningcheng's strongest city lord, Sha Hong, who is the main instructor of this job transfer conference. Sha Hong looked at the crowd of students below, with a kind smile on his face. Let's start the exam. After the instructor was instructed to change jobs, he loudly announced the job-changing ceremony. The job transfer has officially started. Now I can read the names one by one, and put their palms on the job change. Job change instructor operates in front of the computer screen for a while. Start roll call on the job transfer desk. Ningzhou number 3 Middle School, Li Yongnian. The first person to come on stage was a boy, who carefully placed his palm on the one-person high job transfer, and the job transfer stone suddenly flickered. The next moment, an illusory pop-up window appeared on the job transfer stone, similar to the dialogue panel in the game, clearly exposing Li Yongnian's information. Congratulations on your job change. Change to combat department, mage. In an instant, there was an exclamation from the audience. It turned out to be a mage, which is quite a popular profession among combat professions. Haha, as expected of the top 10 of our 3rd middle school. Mage is a profession with a strong attack power. As long as Lan can follow up, he will definitely be the favorite of the group. Although it's only the first turn, he will definitely take off in the second turn, and the future is bright. The first turn is equivalent to fixing the foundation for future development. After the second and third turns, you will like this profession even more. Li Yongnian walked down the job transfer platform with an excited face. Mage is definitely a popular and hot profession. As long as it is well developed, the future can be expected. Many students are envious. It seems that he can definitely change his job to become a powerful professional. Ningzhou No. 2 Middle School, Wangqian. The job transfer instructors continued to roll their names and stood on the job transfer platform one by one. As they touched the job transfer stone, there was a response from the job transfer stone. Some people were happy while others were sad. Those who are happy will naturally change jobs to become combat professionals or support professionals, while those who are unhappy will change jobs to become life professionals. They will be destined to become ordinary people. Next, Lu Xuantian. At this moment, the job-changing instructor pronounced Lu Xuantian's name. Hearing this, Lu Xuantian let out a sigh of relief. Finally, it's my turn. Hopefully I can get a fighting class this time. As a time traveler, Lu Xuantian is naturally unwilling to become an ordinary person. Go up to the job transfer platform and put your hand on the job transfer stone according to the job transfer instructor's instructions. When he put his hand on the job transfer stone, the job-changing stone shone with a beautiful blue light, and after a while, an icon of a huge arm shield appeared on the job-changing stone. Congratulations on your job change. Change to the auxiliary department, battle tank teacher, hidden profession. The job transfer instructor on the side was stunned when he saw the icon on the job transfer stone, and then said with a smile. Congratulations, you have changed your job to a hidden class, even though it's only an auxiliary class. Suddenly, exclamations came from the playground below. It turned out to be a hidden class, but it's a job change from the auxiliary department. I've learned about this profession. It's been a long time since a tank master has appeared. Although it's a support, it's equivalent to a combination of a fighter and a tank. It can fight and defend. It belongs to the existence of high attack, high defense and high health. Hiss. This hidden profession is so strong. Isn't the future invincible? Come on, Tank Master is strong, he has shortcomings, his movement speed is as slow as a tank, and Tank Master does not have his own exclusive skills, but he can use fighter and tank skills. Invincible in melee combat, but if you are kited, you will be finished, and the speed is also slow. It is equivalent to a tank with a little combat power, so it is classified as an auxiliary system. When Lu Xuantian stepped off the job transfer platform, he heard many people talking about his ability. Some people are envious, and some people think that the auxiliary system is not good. But at least it is a top occupation in the auxiliary department, and it is still okay to be popular and hot in the future. And Lu Xuantian had an ugly face. It seems that he has become an assistant. Nima, what a trap. And this profession does not have its own exclusive skills and can only use the skills of others. Is this just picking up junk? As we all know, exclusive skills are the soul of a professional. I don't want to play. Destroy it. Sudden, a mechanical ethereal voice sounded in Lu Xuantian's mind. Ding, congratulations to the successful job transfer of host, the system of the god of physique is being bound. Every hidden profession is very powerful, but it also has an upper limit. Battle tank division is very strong in the early stage. But in the later stage, with the improvement of strength, the battle tank master can only be reduced to an ordinary profession after all. After all, the battle tank master has no exclusive skills and can only use the skills of other professions. While Lu Xuantian was thinking about his future, the voice of the void machine sounded in his mind. Lu Xuantian was overjoyed upon hearing this. What is your role in the system? This system is the god of physical arts system, which extracts powerful physical arts from the heavens and myriad worlds, and these physical arts will become the exclusive professional skills of the host. In view of the fact that host is bound to the system for the first time, the system will give host a novice gift package. Reminder: every time the host advances to a major stage, he will receive a new gift package from the system. The gift package contains a powerful body technique, body art blood, and other things related to body technique. Lu Xuantian stood on the playground with a calm expression, but his heart was ecstatic. The novel does not deceive me. In mind, the system told Lu Xuantian all the information. Simply put, As long as Lu Xuantian advances to a higher level, he can get a gift bag, which contains a kind of physical skills, bloodlines, and abilities from all heavens and myriad worlds, which will be turned into his own exclusive skills, which will make up for the shortcomings of the battle tank master. I don't know what kind of ability I can get. If I can get the physical skills of the Hokage world, then I can take off directly on the spot. Lu Xuantian secretly imagined in his heart. Open. With a thought in mind, Lu Xuantian chose to open the novice gift package. Congratulations on obtaining the exclusive skill Ghost Back. Ghost Back. Lu Xuantian didn't know why. Immediately, with a thought, I opened my personal panel. Name: Lu Xuantian. Level: Bronze Level 1. Occupation: Battle Tank Master. Strength: 43. Agility: 25. Spirit: 23. Stamina: 40. Equipment: none. Attack skills: Thunder Slash, Chenkin Strike. Defensive skills: Heavy Shield Solidification, Body Protection Yuengong. Exclusive skill: Ghost Back, Fan Ma Physique. Ghost Back. Divided into 3 stages: rudimentary form, forming, and changing face. The prototype of the Ghost Back, its own blood, defense, and strength, increased by 300%, and the muscles on the back condensed a pattern like a ghost crying, producing fear and awe, and the enemy's movement speed and defense within the range were reduced by 35%. Thunder Slash. Use all your strength to slash at the enemy. Chenkin Strike. Gather all your strength and punch the enemy. Heavy Shield Solidification. Hold the shield tightly with both arms to increase the shield's defense power. Body Protector Yuengong. Improve your physical fitness. Hiss. When Lu Xuantian saw the information about Ghost Back, he was stunned. He actually obtained the Ghost Back physical skill, and it became his own exclusive skill, which is a powerful physical skill that can directly change possession. And the other 4 skills. It was learned when Lu Xuantian was in school. It is a basic skill. They have all cultivated to perfection now. Once cast, it will exert a strong combat effectiveness. After all, attributes are dead, and the power of hitting is huge. Lu Xuantian was happy in his heart, and really wanted to try his own exclusive ability. But now is not the time. Finally, after waiting for the transfer ceremony to end, everyone returned to their homes. Lu Xuantian couldn't wait to get home. He took off his clothes directly, revealing his copper-colored muscles. In this world where games and reality are fused, there are basically no big fat guys among fighters, unless they are businessmen who live professionally. But not next. It does not mean that there are muscles. At this moment, Lu Xuantian stood in front of the mirror and looked at his muscular self in the mirror, with a happy expression on his face. When he was wearing the school uniform, he hadn't felt his muscles yet, but after taking off the clothes, the muscles all over his body seemed to be exercising for 10 years. With a little force, the muscles all over his body were revealed ferociously. Ha! Ghost Back. Lu Xuantian used his skills, and the next moment, there was a sound of rubbing bones in the bones. I saw a blurry figure gradually appearing behind Lu Xuantian. Miniature grimace pattern. And at this moment, Lu Xuantian felt that his strength, speed and all his strengths began to increase. And this is just the prototype of the Ghost Back. Immediately, Lu Xuantian came to the boxing ring to try his strength and punched out with one punch. Boom! With a loud bang, the boxing ring used to test strength was blown up, and the display screen exploded with a bang. Hiss! Lu Xuantian was horrified. This boxing ring, which can withstand 5 tons of force, was actually blown apart by one punch, which is equivalent to a punch of 10,000 caddies. When everyone reaches the first level of bronze, their own physique and strength will change. With skills, it is not bad to be able to punch a ton of strength with one punch. This is the combat professional standard. If it is some powerful fighting professions, they can hit 2 tons or 3 tons of strength at most, while Lu Xuantian directly hits 5 tons of strength. Far beyond many professional fighters. The most important thing is that this is pure strength, not including other skills, and this is still the embryonic stage of the Ghost Back. The embryonic stage is the tip of the iceberg of Ghost Back. Lu Xuantian is looking forward to how powerful the complete Ghost Back can be. However, the boxing ring is now scrapped. The second day, Lu Xuantian came to the outside of Ningcheng, got on a bus and was in front of the wilderness of Ningcheng, but the target was the copy 30 kilometers away from Ningcheng. There are a large number of alien beasts of different strengths in the wild, and the degree of danger is extremely great. The copy is different. Instances are divided into different levels, such as black iron, bronze, silver. The level of the alien beasts inside is basically the same as that of humans. For example, in the bronze level dungeon, most of the alien beasts in it are from the 1st to 10th level of bronze, which is very suitable for the experience of bronze level professionals. Lu Xuantian's goal is a bronze copy of the Lonely Forest. He wanted to raise his level to the 10th bronze level as soon as possible, because in 3 days he would choose to go to the university for the assessment. This is equivalent to the college entrance examination in the previous life. However, this world values strength. Therefore, you must improve your own strength as soon as possible within 3 days, otherwise you will not be able to pass the entrance examination of the well-known universities in Daxia. Soon, Lu Xuantian got off at a stop. This is a small town built next to the Lonely Dungeon, which can be traded by some material hunters. Most of the week, ordinary people usually enter each dungeon to collect materials from strange beasts in exchange for money. It was just dawn at this time. Lu Xuantian saw many Ningqiang students like him coming to the secluded dungeon. Obviously, these people are all in order to improve their own level, the higher the better. If they can be directly promoted to the silver level, then they will be recommended directly. Lu Xuantian walked around the town to replenish his supplies. Mostly some are dry food. He will stay in the secluded dungeon for 3 days, trying to raise his strength to the 10th level of bronze, and pass the assessment by the people of the professional academy. The entrance to the quiet dungeon. There is an army of dozens of people from Ningqiang stationed here, responsible for guarding the secluded dungeon, preventing the strange beasts inside from rushing out. Lu Xuantian stood at the entrance of the secluded dungeon, although he took a deep breath. Then step out. The whole person disappeared in a huge copy channel with a length of 10 meters. I just feel my eyes flicker. Then enter the quiet copy. Not long after advancing, Lu Xuantian encountered a common strange beast in the lonely forest, the bloodthirsty gray wolf. Lu Xuantian directly threw an identification technique in the past. Alien beast. Bloodthirsty gray wolf. Level. Bronze level 1. Strength. 21. Agility. 30. Spirit. 12. Stamina. 28. Skills. Bloodthirsty bite. Sharp wolf claws. The first beast was at the same level as him, but its overall attributes were not as good as Lu Xuantian's. This is just an ordinary strange beast. And Lu Xuantian's basic stats are stronger than that of a beast, and with the addition of armor and a long knife in his hand, his overall attributes far exceed those of a bloodthirsty gray wolf. This is also due to Lu Xuantian's hard work over the years, constantly training himself, and wanting to become a powerful combat fighter. But by fate, he changed his job to become an auxiliary battle tank. At this moment, the bloodthirsty gray wolf had already arrived not far from Lu Xuantian, and its bloodthirsty red eyes were fixed on Lu Xuantian. The next moment, the bloodthirsty gray wolf was slowly approaching Lu Xuantian. Normally, Lu Xuantian would be worried. But after changing to a battle tank teacher, his strength has been greatly enhanced, and he is not afraid of this strange beast at all. But just in case, still took down the long knife behind him. Novice long sword, black iron 5th rank. Strength +5. This is a novice weapon issued uniformly in Daxia. In this world, all weapons and equipment have different levels. They are black iron equipment, bronze equipment, silver equipment, gold equipment, etc., which are the same level as human beings. The novice long knife can only be barely used. If you want to get better equipment, there are only 2 ways: hunting strange beasts to explode the equipment, or using dragon coins to buy. But the explosive rate of hunting ferocious beasts is too low. This long knife was also reported by him after killing a large number of first-rank black iron beasts. Just such a long knife would cost 50 dragon coins in the market. As for the second type, Lu Xuantian grew up in an orphanage. He didn't have gold coins to buy good weapons. The dragon coins he usually earned were used to buy cultivation potions. Sudden swipe. That bloodthirsty gray wolf rushed towards Lu Xuantian fiercely. It saw Lu Xuantian's killing intent. Bloodthirsty gray wolf's power is high. In the blink of an eye, the distance from Lu Xuantian was less than 5 meters, and it only took 1 second to throw Lu Xuantian down and bite him to death. Lu Xuantian watched the bloodthirsty gray wolf approaching vigilantly. Years of combat experience made him very careful with the first beast, and turned his body directly to the side. He quickly raised the long knife, and slashed heavily at the bloodthirsty gray wolf. Thunder strike. Slash with all your might. With all the power and the increase of the power of the long knife in his hand slashed into the body of the bloodthirsty gray wolf. Puff. The bloodthirsty gray wolf had a huge gash cut in its abdomen, and lay half dead on the ground. Nearly 50 points of strength is equivalent to cutting 1,000 kilograms of strength with one knife. Lu Xuantian nodded in satisfaction. The bloodthirsty gray wolf, who was also at the first level of bronze, was directly beheaded by him. This was also the first level 1 bronze beast he had killed, which made Lu Xuantian understand that he was not weak among the same level. After all, battle tanks are inherently high attack and high defense. After the bloodthirsty gray wolf died, Lu Xuantian also felt the change in himself. The bloodthirsty gray wolf contributed 110 experience points to Lu Xuantian. Afterwards, Lu Xuantian plucked the gray wolf's fur. A piece of bronze level 1 alien animal fur can be exchanged for 60 dragon coins. Lu Xuantian is currently very short of money to buy some potions for cultivation, such as double experience cards and so on. If there are some potions that increase experience, or use double experience cards, etc., he may be able to level up faster. After all, which big family disciples? Most of them are upgraded in this way. It took about 12 minutes to peel off the bloodthirsty gray wolf's fur, which was Lu Xuantian's fastest speed. But it goes on like this. Very time-consuming. Forget it, I don't want the fur of the alien beast I killed later, I'm mainly upgrading this time. Folding the fur of the bloodthirsty gray wolf neatly, Lu Xuantian headed towards the depths of the lonely forest, and the first-rank bronze beast was not his target. These strange beasts have too little experience. He wants more. Of course, the food needs to be eaten bite by bite. Lu Xuantian moved forward to the depths while beheading the first-rank bronze beast. The secluded dungeon is huge, 10 kilometers in length and width. Half a day later, Lu Xuantian walked along a road towards the depths of silence, passing the corpses of strange beasts he had killed along the way. All passing dogs were stabbed with swords. He has now advanced 3 kilometers. Already away from the entrance. Suddenly, Lu Xuantian stopped in his tracks. He came to the territory of the 5th level bronze beast. Here is a flock of pheasants. Stop in front of Lu Xuantian. Clack, cluck. Lu Xuantian looked around. A small hill in front is full of pheasants, more than half a meter high, and each pheasant is waving wings that are sharper than knives. The rocks on the side were easily cut. You can see its sharpness. Immediately, he threw an identification technique. Alien beast. Brother chicken in the wild. Level. Bronze level 5. Strength. 44. Agility. 39. Spirit. 31. Stamina. 20. Skills. Pecking, swooping. Hint. Wild chickens are social animals. Once they are provoked, they will attract a large number of chicks to besiege. Lu Xuantian was slightly surprised when he saw Brother Wilderness Chicken's attributes. The 5th level bronze beast is indeed powerful. It's just for you to test my exclusive skills. Lu Xuantian grinned lightly. Step forward. Attract the attention of all cockies. Clack, cluck. All of a sudden, the wild chicken brother on the top of the hill flapped his wings and rushed towards Lu Xuantian. Well done. Lu Xuantian shouted loudly. All I saw was a powerful aura erupting from Lu Xuantian's whole body. An extremely domineering momentum. Bark. Suddenly, Lu Xuantian tore off the clothes on his body, revealing the bronzed muscles. If someone is behind him, he will find out. Those back muscles condense into a vague pattern on Lu Xuantian's back. Ghost back. In front of the hill, stood a man with his upper body bare. This person is Lu Xuantian. At this moment, he is displaying his exclusive skills. The ghost back in prototype form. A ferocious haughty grimace like a ghost was imprinted on Lu Xuantian's back. Then glance at the personal attributes. Name. Lu Xuantian. Level. Bronze level 2. Occupation. Battle Tank Master. Strength. 48. Agility. 30. Spirit. 33. Stamina. 45. Exclusive skill. Ghost back Fan Ma Physique. Status. The prototype of the back of the ghost, its own blood, defense, and strength have increased by 300%, and the muscles on the back have condensed a pattern like a ghost crying, producing fear and awe, and the enemy's movement speed and defense within the range are reduced 35%. When the prototype of the ghost back appears, the horror from the depths of the soul suddenly descended on Lu Xuantian within a radius of 50 meters. All of a sudden, the speed of all the wild chicken brothers who were rushing towards Lu Xuantian was instantly reduced by 1/3. At this moment, Lu Xuantian grinned. With a sudden step, he rushed towards the hundreds of wild chickens in front of him. If someone watches from a distance, it will create an illusion. It wasn't the strange beasts that surrounded Lu Xuantian, but Lu Xuantian alone surrounded Lu Xuantian's strange beasts. Lu Xuantian rushed into the herd of alien beasts in an instant. Under the triple power increase, Lu Xuantian felt as if he had entered no man's land, and the +5 novice long knife in his hand slashed fiercely at Brother Wilderness Chicken. Look at Brother Wilderness Chicken's neck with a knife. A series of branches popped out of the wild chicken brother's head. 666. Where the long knife passed. All chicken brothers are killed with one knife. These half-meter-high wilderness chicken brothers are no match for Lu Xuantian at all. But Lu Xuantian was not careless, and he was careful to guard against the attack of strange beasts. Once the sharp chicken beak was pecked, even if his defense was strong, a hole would be pecked out. Swipe, swipe, swipe. Lu Xuantian killed the wild chicken brothers in front of him with one knife after another, basically one knife at a time, never sloppy, and wandered among the chickens. After half an hour of fighting, all the wild chicken brothers were beheaded. At this time, a ray of light flashed through the flesh and bones in Lu Xuantian's body. After beheading the last wild chicken brother, Lu Xuantian looked happy. After an extraordinary struggle, he killed more than 100 wild chicken brothers, and his level was finally raised to the 4th level of bronze. Lu Xuantian released the ghost's back, and steam came out from his body. Kill the entire herd of alien beasts with one blow. A herd of alien beasts of this level, even professionals at the 5th level of bronze, would not dare to provoke them. If they are pecked, they will lose a piece of meat. After all, there are many places where the human body is vulnerable. After level up, some of its own attributes have also increased. Lu Xuantian looked at the novice long knife in his hand. After the battle just now, the novice long knife was pecked by the wild chicken brother, and it was basically scrapped. The most popular, Lu Xuantian reluctantly threw away the novice long knife that had been with him for many years. However, he was not discouraged. Because, then it's time to collect the loot. The corpses of alien beasts are all over the mountains and plains. There will be one or two more things next to some corpses, and those are the rewards for killing strange beasts. It's not very similar to playing games. It can only be said that it is exactly the same. After checking, in front of Lu Xuantian is an 11 items, the first one is a knuckle. Chicken bill knuckles bronze level 5. Strength +13. Agility +5. Trait, sharp, strength +2. Cow batch. Lu Xuantian was overjoyed. This equipment is much better than a long knife. This time, he got lucky. Not only did he burst out with a direct call that increased his strength by 15 points and his agility by 5 points, but it also had special characteristics. The odds of the equipment being released by the alien beast are very small. He came in the quiet dungeon for a long time and didn't see the equipment, but now he killed 100 bronze level 3rd level wild chickens and broke out. With this piece of equipment, his speed of killing strange beasts will be even faster. Lu Xuantian couldn't help cheering. Chicken, you are so beautiful. This is the most reverent compliment of Brother Wilderness Chicken. Immediately afterwards, Lu Xuantian looked at the other trophies. A 1st level experience potion can increase one's own experience. A potion of strength temporarily increases strength by 10 points, and lasts for 1 hour. An agility potion temporarily increases agility by 10 points, and lasts for 1 hour. Chicken beak ×8, the material for making weapons, can be handed over to forging professionals. 11 things exploded after killing 100 of them. It can only be said that the burst rate is too low. Lu Xuantian looked at the experience potion. This thing can increase one's own experience. The experience potion is divided into 10 levels. The higher the level of experience potion, the more dragon coins can be sold to the market. However, Lu Xuantian decided to drink it himself. Improving the level is the most important thing now. After drinking the experience potion, Lu Xuantian was pleasantly surprised to find that he had just been promoted to the 4th level of bronze, and his experience bar increased by 1/10 again. This 10th is equivalent to the experience of the 10th level of black iron. Afterwards, Lu Xuantian put the things away and put them in the backpack. Then it started to prepare for tonight's dinner. Lu Xuantian cleaned up a strange beast, wrapped it in soil, and burned it in the fire. After firing for up to 2.5 hours, the aroma hits your face. Dinner is out. Soon, 3 days passed. Lu Xuantian hunted alone in the secluded dungeon, and most of the strange beasts were beheaded wherever he passed. The quiet dungeon spans 10 kilometers. There are a lot of alien beasts. Lu Xuantian has reached the 5th level of bronze after 3 days. Now, he was able to hunt bronze level 9 and even bronze level 10 beasts. He is still some distance away from the 6th level of bronze. It was going to sunset soon. Lu Xuantian picked up a big bag of materials and walked out of the dungeon. Under a mountain in the depths of the quiet dungeon, the 2 girls looked at a faint blue passage in front of them with ugly faces. Dan Qi, do we really give up? Obviously such a good opportunity. A girl holding a staff looked at the girl holding a long sword. He Dan Qi, who was holding a long sword and wearing a red leather armor, said helplessly. I don't want to give up either, but this secret realm requires a team of 3 to enter, but we only have 2 now, and it's simply unrealistic to find another powerful professional. The eyes of the girl holding the staff suddenly lit up. My blast shoes can run to find other people. I believe there are other professionals in this area. Wenwen. Before Lin Wenwen could finish speaking, He Danchi interrupted. This is the secret realm of chance. You see, the channel in this secret realm is already unstable. The secret realm of chance will disappear at any time, and it will disappear within an hour at most. Moreover, our current location is deep in the lonely forest. I don't know if there is anyone nearby. Even if you go outside to look for it, it will be too late when you come back. Why don't you take advantage of this world to kill more strange beasts to improve your strength? Lin Wenwen heard the words. I can only give up. Rifts are different from dungeons. The probability of a secret realm appearing is less than that of a dungeon. Especially the secret realm of chance, like a time-limited event, you have to activate it within a certain period of time. Otherwise it will disappear. At the same time, there are certain requirements for the secret realm of chance. For example, in the secret realm of chance in front of you, 3 professionals whose strength has reached the 5th level of bronze are required to form a team to activate the secret realm of chance. The current level of the 2 is the 5th level of bronze, and they are still 1 place behind. The level of the alien beasts in the secret realm is obviously not low, and the lowest level is bronze level 9. Moreover, most of the secret realms are unspoiled beasts, and the explosion rate of weapons and other props will be very high, which is equivalent to a large number of dragon coins in front of you. But you can't get it. This is also the complicated mood of the 2. Lin Wenwen hesitated for a moment and spoke again. Dan Qi, let's go to another place, try to raise the level 1 more level, and wait until tomorrow to participate in the assessment of the professional academy. Actually, according to your strength, you can easily enter the top 3. There is no need to work hard for the first place. He Danchi nodded. Fight for it. If we can get some props or equipment in it, then we will definitely win the first place in the entrance examination of the academy. At this time, there was a sound in the forest not far away, and then, a man with his upper body naked came out of the forest suddenly. Who? He Danchi and Lin Wenwen, who had been chatting for a long time, held their staffs and long swords tightly, watching the person walking out of the woods with vigilance. I'm just passing by, so you can do whatever you need to do. It was Lu Xuantian who came out of the woods. At this time, Lu Xuantian was naked from the upper body, carrying a package of animal skin 3 times his size, which was filled with materials of exotic animals. Within 3 days, Lu Xuantian packed together some more precious exotic animal materials, which were enough for him to exchange for tens of thousands of dragon coins in Ningcheng. But Lu Xuantian didn't feel a little heavy carrying these exotic materials. After explaining, he walked towards the edge of the lonely forest. He Danchi looked at Lu Xuantian in the distance vigilantly, and said in a low voice. Yi, be careful, this person may be a hunter. Hunters refer to some freelancers, who will go to various places to hunt and kill exotic animals to take medicinal materials or collect various wild medicinal materials. But, some hunters will kill and rob, and kill their own kind. Therefore, in the wild, they are generally wary of strange hunters, and no one knows whether the hunters are good or bad. However, when Lin Wenwen saw Lu Xuantian, his eyes lit up and he said, Dan Qi, don't we happen to be short of one person? Moreover, this person dared to go deep into the lonely forest, which means that his strength has reached at least the 5th level of bronze. We might as well let him form a team with us to enter the secret realm. He Danchi hesitated and said, This. You can, but after we enter, you have to watch him from behind. If the other party has any evil thoughts, you should kill him immediately. Then I'll ask him if he's willing. At worst, we'll give him some dragon coins as a thank you. Lin Wenwen nodded, and then caught up with Lu Xuantian. Lu Xuantian, who was looking for a strange beast, suddenly sensed movement behind him. Looking back, it turned out that it was the two girls just now, and one of them was chasing him. Lu Xuantian watched the approaching girl warily. What do you want to do? Lin Wenwen immediately explained. Don't get me wrong, we have encountered a secret realm of chance, but we need 3 bronze level 5th level professionals to enter. We only have 2 people now, so I want to invite you to enter the secret realm with us to explore. Quote. Secret realm. Hearing the girl's words, Lu Xuantian suddenly became interested. He had learned about the secret realm in school. Secret realms are rarer than dungeons, and a lot of equipment and props can often burst out of them. I didn't expect these 2 girls to be so lucky. Seeing Lu Xuantian's interested expression, Lin Wenwen continued, I don't know what your level is. That chance secret realm is about to disappear. If you decide, I'll go there. Lu Xuantian did not rush to agree, but instead asked Lin Wenwen, then what if we get equipment in the secret realm of chance? I can't help in vain. At this time, He Danchi was worried that Lin Wenwen followed, and when he heard what Lu Xuantian said, he said directly. I don't know what will be revealed in this secret area, but let's talk about it first. If the swordsman or mage's equipment is revealed, we will choose it first. Of course, I can make up the difference for you with dragon coins. If you offer your professional equipment, we can let you choose first. If it's other props, we have to choose first. After all, we discovered this secret realm first. What do you think? Lu Xuantian nodded his head, which means that he agrees with this plan, and neither party will be at a disadvantage. After all, he is also gathering the number of people. Lin Wenwen and He Danchi looked at each other, then looked at Lu Xuantian and said. Thank you for joining. Let me introduce myself. My name is Lin Wenwen. I am the daughter of the city lord of Ningcheng. This is the daughter of the president of the He Family Chamber of Commerce in Ningcheng. With that said, Lin Wenwen and He Danchi released their attribute panels. Name, Lin Wenwen. Occupation, Thunder Mage. Level, Bronze level 5. Name, He Danchi. Occupation, Swordsman. Level, Bronze tier 6. After seeing the levels and occupations of the two, Lu Xuantian blinked in astonishment. I call it a good guy in my heart. I actually met the 2 largest families in Ningcheng, and the daughters of these 2 families are both very high in career and level. However, he's not weak either. No wonder, I said why you were in the depths of the lonely forest. It turns out that you are the daughter of the Lin family and the He family. My name is Lu Xuantian, a student in Ningcheng No. 3 Middle School, but don't underestimate me. Immediately, Lu Xuantian showed his rank. Name, Lu Xuantian. Occupation, Battle Tank Master. Level, Bronze level 5. Lin Wenwen and He Danchi looked at Lu Xuantian in astonishment and couldn't believe it. Ningcheng No. 3 Middle School has such a strong student. This level is promoted faster than them. And there is still no resource support. Suddenly, the 2 looked at the package behind Lu Xuantian. Didn't this guy get promoted after hunting strange beasts in the dungeon all the time? Lu Xuantian looked at the 2 silly women, and said speechlessly, aren't you going to enter the secret realm? Ah, Jinjinjin, come with us. The secret realm is just ahead. Under the mountains, a dark blue Uzumaki appeared in the forest. This is the portal to the secret realm. At this time, in front of the blue portal, He Danchi looked at the portal and said. Get ready, we will enter the secret realm immediately. As she spoke, She clenched her long sword and glanced at Lu Xuantian and said, "Where are your weapons and shield? The secret battle realm we are going to enter this time is extraordinary. There may be strange beasts of the 10th level of bronze in it, and any accident may happen. The rewards in the secret territory are rich, but there are also dangers. Moreover, there are cases where professionals die." Lu Xuantian laughed when he heard the words, "A real man has to fight hard." Immediately, he waved his hand, showed his hand, and wore a pair of gloves on the palm of his hand. As a battle tank division, there are no fixed requirements for equipment, and any warrior and tank equipment can be used. Ordinary professionals will use special equipment, such as how Danki's swordsman profession uses a long sword, and the damage will increase. Of course, others can also use long swords, but they will only exert a fixed damage value. The fist in Lu Xuantian's hand is the best equipment he has used to kill monsters these days. Reckless Bull Fist, Bronze. Level requirements: Bronze level 5. Strength plus 2-3. Stamina plus 1-0. Features: Brutality, Strength plus 10, a punch with penetrating power, increased damage. This is the equipment that Lu Xuantian obtained after 3 days of hard work and killing a large number of strange beasts. It is the most convenient equipment for him to use now. Especially the feeling of punching to the flesh. That's the attitude a man should have. Hidanchi nodded upon seeing this. "Well, since you have the equipment, let's go in, otherwise the secret realm will disappear at any time." Afterwards, under the leadership of Hidanchi, Lu Xuantian and Lin Wenwen walked towards the transfer door of the secret realm, the same as when entering the dungeon. There was nothingness in front of the three of them, only the blurred outline of the secret realm could be seen, and a task panel in the form of text appeared in front of them. Uncharted Wild Bear Ridge Normal Level. Minimum Participation Requirement: 3 people. Bronze level 5. Suggested level: Bronze 10th rank. Requirements for customs clearance in the secret realm: kill all the wild bears in Wild Bear Ridge, the current progress 0.500. Introduction to the secret realm. After years of reproduction, the wild bears have occupied the Wild Bear Ridge, posing a great threat to the surrounding area. You need to clean them up. Please note that the defense and attack of wild bears are far beyond ordinary wild bears. Lin Wenwen looked at the information on the panel, frowned and said, "Ordinary bronze level 10 dungeon. The secret realms are divided into simple, normal, difficult, fearful and nightmare secret realms. The more difficult each secret realm is, the more rewards you will get after clearing the level. Steady, bronze rank 10 secret realm, as long as we are careful, we should be able to pass the level." Hidanchi saw Lin Wenwen's worry, and continued, "We have also killed many bronze level 10th level beasts, and we also have a battle tank master here, we can still try it. Generally, the attributes of alien beasts in simple secret realms are similar to those in the outside world. And a high-level secret realm, alien beasts will be relatively stronger. What they encountered this time was an ordinary level secret realm. It's not very difficult to deal with alien beasts. Generally, the level of the secret realm is divided according to the level of booze. For example, in the secret realm in front of you, not all the alien beasts are of the 10th rank of bronze, but the lowest rank is 5th rank of bronze, and the highest rank of alien beast is bronze rank of 10th. Immediately afterwards, Hidanchi chose to agree. Next moment, the scene in front of the three of them changed. After opening his eyes again, he had come to another place. This is also a mountain. The environment is slightly different, but they are all forests. Hidanchi was the first to draw out his long sword and walk in front. "Be careful, both of you." Immediately afterwards, he continued, "Lu Xuantian, you and I walk in front. 2 melee walk in front, and a mage walks behind. It is a relatively conventional tactic." In less than 100 meters, several wild bears appeared in front of them. Immediately, Lu Xuantian threw an identification technique, a small skill that anyone must have, and quickly grasped the information of the strange beast. Alien beast. Forest battle bear. Level: Bronze level 5 elite. Strength: 59. Agility: 32. Spirit: 29. Stamina: 48. Skills: Trampling on the ground, Savage charging. The first thing that catches the eye is a bronze level 5 elite monster. This attribute is already comparable to bronze level 9 and bronze level 10 beasts. Moreover, this is still an ordinary level secret realm. The higher levels are more difficult. Ordinary bronze level 5 professionals may be worried. After all, the recommended level for entering a secret realm is bronze level 10, but for Lu Xuantian's 3 combat professions whose attributes are off the charts, these strange beasts are not in their eyes. Before the forest war bear found the 3 of them, He Danchi slashed at the forest war bear with his sword, using his skills as a swordsman. Fengxing Shunjian. During Setsuna, the whole person turned into an afterimage and ran towards the beast, with the long sword in his hand piercing the forest war bear's heart. One-hit kill. After killing a forest war bear, He Danchi did not stop, but continued to kill other forest war bears. Just for a while, at least 5 forest war bears died. All of them were killed by He Danchi's sword. There are those that pierce the heart, those that pierce the neck. The swordsman itself is similar to the assassin in the game, but it is a stronger hidden profession than at the moment, with high attack and quick agility. Just for a moment, the first 13 forest war bears were wiped out. Lu Xuantian blinked. He Danchi was very powerful, and he eliminated the strange beast in an instant. As expected of a swordsman with strong damage. At this time, other forest war bears in the distance also spotted Lu Xuantian, He Danchi and Lin Wenwen. Roar! In an instant, dozens of forest war bears charged. It runs extremely fast. The earth is trembling. Suddenly, Lin Wenwen chanted a spell, waved the development in his hand, and a thunderball the size of a football hit the rushing beast. When the thunderball fell on the strange beast, it exploded in an instant. Shish! The light of thunder and lightning kept flashing on the beast, blasting the thick fur of the forest war bear, causing a lot of damage. After being baptized by lightning, the defense and speed of the forest war bear declined. And He Danchi didn't hesitate, and immediately rushed to the forest war bear again. With the cooperation of the 2, the forest war bear couldn't bear He Danchi's random beheading at all, and killed all the forest war bears abruptly. With the skillful cooperation of the 2, more than 30 forest war bears were beheaded like this. This scene surprised Lu Xuantian. As if seeing Lu Xuantian's doubts, Lin Wenwen, who was standing aside, explained. Danchi and I have been teaming up to fight in the secluded secret realm for the past 3 days. We are very skillful in cooperating with the battle now. I will attack the strange beast first to weaken the strength of the strange beast, and then Danchi will make up the knife. I see. Lu Xuantian nodded. This is the effect of teamwork, and the speed of killing monsters and upgrading will be faster and easier. However, Lu Xuantian prefers to fight alone. At this moment, He Danchi came over with a shield and said, Lu Xuantian, this is the shield that exploded, it is suitable for you to use. You prepare this shield first, and when there are hundreds of strange beasts behind, you will need to contribute. Lu Xuantian was a little surprised. As expected of such a high level of exposure in the secret realm, such good equipment exploded after only killing more than 30 animals. After taking over the shield, Lu Xuantian saw all the information. War Bear Shield, Bronze. Level requirements, Bronze level 5. Strength plus 3-5, Stamina plus 3-0. Lu Xuantian's eyes lit up when he saw the shield information. The shield attribute is very strong. He had always wanted a shield before, but he didn't get one. The 3 of them continued to head towards the depths of Wild Bear Ridge, and the 5th order bronze beasts they encountered along the way were basically killed by the cooperation of He Danchi and Lin Wenwen. Lu Xuantian carried a huge package on his back and leisurely followed behind the 2. Basically don't use him. He had no chance at all. Basically, when encountering a forest war bear, Lin Wenwen hit him with a lightning bolt, turning the forest war bear's hair upright, turning into a war bear with fried hair, and was immediately beheaded by He Danchi with a sword. When everyone advanced 200 meters, they encountered a group of forest war bears who were playing and playing. The physique seems to be much larger than the forest war bears I encountered before. Alien Beast. Forest Battle Bear. Level. Bronze 10th level Elite. Strength. 78. Agility. 43. Spirit. 34. Stamina. 81. Skill. Brutal Charge. Run quickly towards the enemy, the speed increases by 30%. Berserk Attack. Enter a berserk state, power increased by 40%. An elite beast of the 10th bronze level. He Danchi and Lin Wenwen exclaimed at the same time. This is different from the previous bronze tier 5 forest war bears. These bronze tier 10 forest war bears are stronger. Hidanchi thought for a while and said, "We can't head to head with these forest war bears. We need to find a strong terrain to defeat them one by one." After a while of discussion, everyone thought of a way. They occupy a high point of the hillside, and then Hidanchi attracts the forest war bears, and then kills them wave by wave. Lu Xuantian also put down the package and took out the shield, getting ready. Immediately afterwards, Hidanchi went to attract the forest war bear. Boom! The first wave of dozens of forest war bears roared loudly and chased after Hidanchi, running at the same speed as Hidanchi. "Steady, release your skills. It is good." I saw that Lin Wenwen's lips twitched and chanted the spell. Then he waved his staff, gleaming with white light. The next moment, over the sky where the forest war bear was advancing, black clouds continued to condense. Thunderstorm. The white-blue arcs are like rainwater, falling crazily downwards. When the arc landed on the forest war bears, all the forest war bears were paralyzed for a while. Bark, bark. The sound of electricity kept flashing over the forest war bear. This is a continuous big atmosphere skill. The longer you stay in the thunderstorm, the more damage you will suffer. Dozens of forest war bears, at least generally, fell in the thunderstorm, and the remaining forest war bears who managed to break out of the thunderstorm were dealt with by Hidanchi and Lu Xuantian. With the cooperation of the three of them, all the first wave of forest war bears were eliminated. A thunder mage bursting out with all his strength is simply a biological nemesis. The paralysis effect of the thunder and lightning slows down the reaction of the beast. After eliminating the first wave of alien beasts, Hidanchi continued to attract the second wave of alien beasts by repeating his old tricks. However, an accident happened. Originally, it was just to attract a little, but this time Hidanchi made a mistake. She directly attracted the group of nearly 200 forest war bears. Run. Hidanchi's speed is very fast, but the forest war bear behind him is even faster. The forest war bears all use savage rush, everywhere trees break and rocks collapse. This kind of destructive group of alien beasts, if they resisted stubbornly, it would be no different from courting death. Lin Wenwen used Thunderstorm again, but the forest war bears under the brutal charge, their defense increased, their speed was faster, they rushed out of the range of the thunderstorm very quickly, and suffered too little damage. Just as Hidanchi and Lin Wenwen were about to retreat, they found that Lu Xuantian was standing where he was, with no intention of retreating. Hidanchi couldn't help shouting, "Lu Xuantian, what are you doing? Don't hit me hard." But Lu Xuantian smiled lightly. "With this level of purity, I'm not qualified to let me escape." At this moment, the group of alien beasts is less than 50 meters away. Suddenly, Lu Xuantian's momentum changed, and a strong fighting spirit emerged. Immediately afterwards, on Lu Xuantian's naked back, the density of all the muscle fibers exploded, forming a ghostly face behind him. In the second stage of the ghost back, the ghost face takes shape. And Lu Xuantian's status has also changed. Status. The back of the ghost is formed, its own blood, defense, and strength are increased by 700%, and the muscles on the back condense into a pattern like a ghost crying, producing fear and awe, and the enemy's movement speed and defense within the range are reduced 35%. When the transformation is successful, a powerful horror deterrence was released, and the forest war bears within Lu Xuantian's range instantly felt their scalps go numb, and the humans in front of them seemed to be demons. Even if it wants to stop, the companions behind it won't. The atmosphere is here, if you don't go, you have to go. Ho, ho, ho. The herd of alien beasts had already arrived in front of Lu Xuantian. The first forest war bears were only 3 meters away from Lu Xuantian. At this moment, Lu Xuantian directly raised the shield in his hand and swept towards the forest war bear. Bang! The heads of the 3 forest war bears were directly crushed by Lu Xuantian, their skulls were cracked, and the powerful force caused them to fly backwards. Be ruthlessly trampled by your companions. From the rear side, another forest war bear rushed towards Lu Xuantian, and Lu Xuantian punched through the chest of this forest war bear with all his strength. Boom! The forest war bear flew upside down again, hitting dozens of forest war bears one after another. Far away, Hidanchi and Lin Wenwen, who just wanted to rescue them, watched this scene in astonishment. The two were directly petrified. As Ning Cheng's genius girl. Have you ever seen an existence that is more pervert than them? In Ningchang, the two of them are called the second, so no one is qualified to be the first. But now, especially when Lu Xuantian transformed just now, the two of them could see clearly. The muscles on Lu Xuantian's back seemed to condense into a grimace. That grimace was just a shape, but it left a deep impression on them, as if a devil's grimace was carved on Lu Xuantian's back. Abnormally ferocious and terrifying. However, the most terrifying thing is Lu Xuantian's strength. Lu Xuantian obviously has the same level of bronze level 5 strength as them. Even if the battle tank master has high attack and high defense, he will not be able to explode such combat power. Especially punching the forest war bear into the air. How much strength does that take? However, the battle was not over yet. More forest war bears rushed towards Lu Xuantian. Each of them stood 3 meters tall, and their physique was several times that of Lu Xuantian's, but Lu Xuantian was not afraid at all. Under the blessing of the ghost's back, the strength increased by 7 times. And with the power of the shield and the glove, both strength and endurance are 7 times that of the forest war bear. Anyone who dares to approach him will be killed with a single punch. If 1 punch is not enough, 2 punches. Ho, ho, ho. A large number of forest war bears roared, launched their primitive skills, attacked violently, and increased their combat effectiveness by 40%. Lu Xuantian smiled contemptuously. Even if these forest war bears increase their strength, the maximum strength is only about 100 points, while Lu Xuantian's strength at this time is already 70 points, and now it has been strengthened 7 times, that is, 700 points of strength. Even the tough skin of the forest war bear couldn't withstand Lu Xuantian's punch. Bang! The bear's shield waved and knocked all the bears flying away. Immortals would be seriously injured. In just a short time, more than 30 forest war bears died in Lu Xuantian's hands, but this was endless. Lu Xuantian didn't give the forest war bears a chance to react. Slammed into the herd. While resisting the forest war bear with the war bear shield, while attacking the forest war bear with hands and feet, every punch is punched to the flesh. As Lu Xuantian went deep into the forest war bears, more and more forest war bears surrounded him, wanting to kill Lu Xuantian. One blow from the universe. In the center of the forest war bears' encirclement, a low sound came, and suddenly, an unparalleled impact burst out from the middle, knocking all the forest war bears in one direction into the air with 1 punch. Instantly, a large number of forest war bears were blown away and fell on the ground like raindrops. Lu Xuantian eliminated a quarter of the forest war bears with 1 punch, and basically never stood up again, but this was not enough. He rushed towards the forest war bears again. Fight for half an hour. More than 200 forest war bears were killed by Lu Xuantian, and they were not his opponents at all. Some forest war bears who did not die were also punched by Lu Xuantian. Take away the experience of fighting bears in these forests. Killing nearly 200 strange beasts contributed a lot of experience to Lu Xuantian. And the final reward judgment of the secret realm is based on everyone's performance in the secret realm, such as comprehensive data such as the amount of damage to alien beasts. At this moment, Lu Xuantian's contribution has surpassed the sum of He Danqi and Lin Wenwen. But this is also impossible. After all, the two had given up fighting in the first place. But Lu Xuantian dealt with this wave of strange beasts alone. After eliminating all the beasts, Lu Xuantian moved his muscles and bones, and there was a crackling sound between the bones, and his body gradually returned to its original state. Lu Xuantian picked up his bag again, looked at He Danqi and Lin Wenwen who were not far away, and said, "Let's go, kill the other beasts quickly, and we will leave the secret realm." He Danqi reacted, and looked at Lu Xuantian even more surprised. "You really only have the strength of the 5th level of bronze." Lin Wenwen on the side also looked surprised. After all, they are both at the 5th level of bronze, but their strength is not so terrifying. Sensing the gazes of the two women, Lu Xuantian showed his personal information with a smile and said, "Look for yourself, I'm really only at the 5th level of bronze. Daxia people don't lie to Daxia people." Looking at Lu Xuantian's panel, He Danqi looked at the detailed attributes without continuing to ask for it, which is disrespectful to Lu Xuantian, and most people would not take the initiative to display it, and then continued. "We believe in you, but we can't believe your strength. Could it be the hidden profession of your job change, with many additional attributes?" Hearing this, Lu Xuantian knew in his heart that the characteristics of general professions are due to the exclusive skills of the profession, so they can exert stronger power than other professions. Almost, I got an exclusive skill, which has increased strength and endurance, so I can easily kill those strange beasts. However, my exclusive skill has a cooldown time, so it's not that strong. Lu Xuantian just revealed it briefly, deliberately saying that there is a cooling time, if the two of them know that their ability has no cooling time. The two will be even more shocked. He Danqi and Lin Wenwen nodded in disbelief when they heard Lu Xuantian's explanation. After explaining, Lu Xuantian walked towards the depths of the secret realm with the package on his back, and said as he walked, "Let's go, this time I will take the lead and clear the secret realm. I also want to sell these materials." The three walked towards the depths of Wild Bear Ridge. When they passed the place where the forest war bears gathered just now, Lin Wenwen found a treasure chest from the tree hole, opened it and got 3 bottles of strength potion, and 3 bottles of endurance potion, as well as a first-level strengthening stone. Stage rewards. Strength potion level 1. Taking the potion can increase the strength attribute by 2 points. Endurance potion level 1. Taking the potion can increase the stamina attribute by 2 points. When they saw the potion, the eyes of the three of them lit up. They didn't expect 2 potions to appear. Lin Wenwen distributed the 2 medicines to Lu Xuantian and He Danqi respectively. Although, it only adds 2 attributes, but who would despise his poor attributes? After a brief rest, he embarked on the road of hunting strange beasts again 3 times. This time with the addition of Lu Xuantian, He Danqi and Lin Wenwen are also bolder, and they will directly attack the average forest bear. Even if there are powerful alien beasts, they can't break through Lu Xuantian's block, giving people a kind of domineering that one man is in charge of the other and 10,000 can't be opened. After several hours of fighting, the beasts in Wild Bear Ridge were almost killed. Lu Xuantian, He Danqi and Lin Wenwen spent most of their time on the road. Finally, after killing all the way, everyone came to the last hillside of Wild Bear Ridge, and a tall forest war bear appeared in front of everyone. The 3 of them looked at each other. The strange beast in front of them must be the boss who dominates the entire Wild Bear Ridge. Lu Xuantian directly threw an identification technique. Look at the ingredients of this strange beast. Alien beast. Earth war bear. Level. Silver tier 5 boss. Strength. 265. Agility. 180. Spirit. 166. Stamina. 255. Skill. Berserk attack. Entering a berserk state, power increases by 50%. Overweight uppercut. A punch with full concentration, spirit, can cause a fatal blow to the enemy. Earth armor. Put yourself a layer of rock armor to improve your defense. Introduction. This is a forest war bear that accidentally swallowed the earth stone. After years of disdainful efforts, it has successfully evolved into an earth war bear and has become the bear king of Wild Bear Ridge. It has great immunity to physical attacks. Slightly weaker against spell damage. When they saw the data of the boss, all 3 of them took a deep breath. This data is too scary. It has far exceeded the data of the 10th level bronze forest war bear. The basic 4 attributes have all broken 100. Moreover, the strength and stamina attributes of the earth war bear are more than 205. Even silver-level professionals among human beings may not be so high, unless they are of that elite level. He Danqi was shocked and said, "A silver-level booze must have attribute bonuses. Even if we want to kill it, it will not be so easy." Hearing He Danqi's words, Lin Wenwen's heart sank. Although her ability restrains the earth war bear, the level of the earth war bear is too high, and it is not so easy to kill the earth war bear. Suddenly, a figure rushed towards the earth war bear in the distance. That person was Lu Xuantian. At this moment, he was already holding a shield to kill the earth war bear, and at the same time, his shouts could be heard. "I'll hold this earth war bear, you attack it from behind." When Lu Xuantian roared, the earth war bear also noticed Lu Xuantian, and roared angrily. Roar. Next moment, the 3 elite forest war bears guarding the ground war bear roared closely. As the guardians of the Bear King, they did not allow any enemies to approach the king. Lu Xuantian focused his gaze, and just when he was about to make a move, a blue flame streaked across his head and landed on the 3 forest war bears precisely. Thunderfire. I saw that the blue flame ignited directly on the 3 forest war bears with a bang, and in an instant, the powerful thunder fire made the 3 forest war bears howl. Suddenly, heart-piercing screams sounded. Suddenly, a body passing by Lu Xuantian turned out to be Hidanchi, who was a swordsman. Leave these mobs to me. The next moment, Hidanchi used the sword skill, Feng Xing Shunjian, and his figure disappeared again at an accelerated rate. When he reappeared, he had already killed all 3 elite-level forest war bears. Seeing this, Lu Xuantian nodded, and looked at the earth war bear who was rushing towards him. Then, let's fight, see if you are stronger than me. Suddenly, Lu Xuantian stopped, but his whole body was gathering momentum, all the muscles were wriggling, and a grimace appeared on his back again. Ghost back. Lu Xuantian gave a low snort. The ghostly back that was originally formed was extruded into a clearly outlined grimace again. Change faces. Behind Lu Xuantian, the grimace of the completed form appeared. The terror and awe that belonged to the ghost's back erupted loudly, impacting a radius of 100 meters. The complete form of the ghost face will increase 1000% vitality, defense, and strength. At the same time, all monsters with a lower level than your own within your own range will have their movement speed and defense reduced by 50%, and the higher the level of the opponent, the less damage they will receive. At this moment, the Earth War Bear sensed the danger, immediately put on a layer of earth armor to enhance its own defense, and rushed towards Lu Xuantian. Roar! Court death! Lu Xuantian also let out a low shout, raised his shield and slammed into the Earth War Bear. Bang! One person and one beast collided together, and a shocking sound erupted. The powerful impact made Lu Xuantian take a few steps back, and he quickly stopped his body with a thrust on the ground. In contrast, the Earth War Bear. The whole Shang was stunned. At this time, the Earth War Bear was directly knocked over 20 meters away by Lu Xuantian, and stuck its head on the rock. The earth armor on its body was cracked. The Earth War Bear sat on the ground with his head dizzy, and it was really unclear what happened. After all, Lu Xuantian has 10 times the combat power. Even if the impact of the Earth War Bear running is strong, it is impossible to knock Lu Xuantian into the air. At this moment, Hidanchi, who was on the side, took advantage of this gap to kill the Earth War Bear, and stabbed the Earth War Bear's neck with a long sword in his hand. Knowing blow. A long sword that pours its full strength into one blow. It pierced straight into the weak neck of Daddy Zanzhong. Puff! The Earth War Bear, who hadn't been relieved, was pierced by a sword in the neck. The severe pain in the neck made it wake up a lot, and it roared immediately. The Earth War Bear, who reacted, slapped Hidanchi with a slap, and Hidanchi flew upside down like a kite with a broken string for several meters. Danchi. In the distance, Lin Wenwen exclaimed. Ice is coming. Seeing that Hidanchi was in danger, Lin Wenwen quickly released an ice spell. As a mage, he can practice other spells at the same time, but there is no professional bonus. I saw a layer of ice condensed on the Earth War Bear. Freezing the Earth War Bear and restricting his movements for a short time was just a tactic to delay the attack. Immediately afterwards, Lin Wenwen came to Hidanchi's side and helped her up. Let's quit, this beast is not something we can deal with at all. Hidanchi, who was helped up, gritted his teeth, a little unwilling, but this kind of silver-level boss is beyond their scope to deal with. It is good. Lu Xuantian, let's retreat quickly, this secret realm is beyond our ability to deal with. This moment, Lu Xuantian had stood up again, squinted his eyes slightly and said to Daddy Zanzhong. No, it's just a strange beast, I can solve it. Just now, Lu Xuantian was only pushed back a few meters, but that doesn't mean Lu Xuantian was weak. But Lu Xuantian was not hurt at all, at most his hands were numb. However, his current attribute is stronger than booze. If he really wants to head on, he is really not afraid. Of course, if Lin Wenwen can keep controlling the boss, he will kill it faster. Lin Wenwen, you continue to freeze the beast, let me finish him. The voice just fell. Lu Xuantian walked towards the earth-fighting bear step by step, but the grimace behind him changed again, gradually turning into a crying face. At the same time, Lu Xuantian's low voice came. Ghost back crying face. The muscles behind Lu Xuantian are more like a human face. What? Crying face brought was a new change, and Lu Xuantian once again felt his own strength surge. Even more terrifying than before. He moved his muscles and bones at will, and there was a terrifying explosion sound all over his body. Lu Xuantian was very satisfied with his own strength. This novice gift pack directly gave himself the complete Fanma physique, so powerful. If you upgrade yourself to the silver level, you can get the second physical bonus. There are so many physical skills in the heavens and myriad worlds, maybe you can get powerful skills. Soon, Lu Xuantian put these thoughts behind him, because there is still a problem that has not been solved, so let's solve the boss first. At this time, He Danchi, who was not far away, reacted. Steady, you continue to release your skills to interfere with the Earth War Bear in the distance. Let's cooperate with Lu Xuantian to kill the boss in the secret realm, otherwise this trip will be a loss. It is good. The two who reacted, left and started to cooperate with Lu Xuantian to fight. Lin Wenwen released spells from a distance to interfere with the boss. However, He Danchi took advantage of the swordsman's advantage, wandering around the boss, giving the boss a sword from time to time. In Lu Xuantian's view, He Danchi always had the illusion of playing wolf scraping in his previous life. But now is not the time to think about these things. Lu Xuantian quickly hit the Earth War Bear. At this moment, Lu Xuantian's strength reached 1000, and he punched the Earth War Bear. Even though the Earth War Bear was wearing the Earth armor to offset most of the strength, it was powerless under the fist of truth. Visible to the naked eye, there are potholes of different depths on the body of the Earth War Bear. Every punch made the Earth War Bear vomit blood, and He Danchi, who was on the side, stabs the Earth War Bear's weak defense every time, taking advantage of the sneak attack, directly blinding the Earth War Bear's two eyes. In the rear, Lin Wenwen also plays a powerful role, using spells that specifically restrain the Earth War Bear, continuous sunburn, control and other negative spells. In the end, with the concerted efforts of the three of them, the Earth War Bear was finally blasted to death. The Earth War Bear was covered with scars, and the most serious one was beaten by Lu Xuantian. Killing the final boss means that they have cleared the Wild Bear Ridge secret realm. At this time, on everyone's task panel, the customs clearance information of the secret realm also appeared. Progress completed 500 500ths. When the progress display is completed, a new light will appear on everyone. The levels of Lu Xuantian and Lin Wenwen have been raised to bronze level 6. In the secret realm, he paid the most, and he basically killed alone. Even, Lu Xuantian's experience point was one section more. As for He Danchi, who is at the 6th level of bronze, although he has not upgraded, his current experience is only one step away from the 7th level of bronze. When the secret realm Booz was killed, the three of them returned to the illusory space just now, and in the illusory space, the rewards for this secret realm appeared. The points are a pair of fist gloves and a staff. Lin Wenwen looked at the two pieces of equipment in front of him and said in surprise. Danchi, we seem to have released two pieces of equipment. He Danchi also looked curiously at the equipment floating in the illusory space, and this was the first time they had cleared the secret realm. At this time, Lu Xuantian also looked over, and saw the information of the two pieces of equipment at a glance. Both pieces of equipment are silver equipment, which must explode when killing the secret boss. War Bear Gloves. Silverware. Level requirements. Bronze level 5. Strength plus 85. Stamina plus 70. Features. Super heavy uppercut, a punch with full concentration, with a small chance of triggering a triple crit. Elemental Scepter. Silverware. Level requirements. Bronze level 5. Spirit plus 80. Agility plus 55. Skill. Elemental Spirit. You can summon a powerful elemental spirit according to your element. The two that exploded were top quality equipment. Lu Xuantian looked at the glove and said, "This glove suits me, I want it." With that said, he directly took away the War Bear gloves. He likes gloves very much now. The feeling of punching to the flesh is incomparable with long knives and long swords. He Danchi and Lin Wenwen didn't object to this. Originally, secret realms were judged according to the amount of damage, and Lu Xuantian did contribute the most. He Danchi nodded and said, "Okay, we want this staff." As soon as he finished speaking, He Danchi directly handed the staff to Lin Wenwen and said, "Wenwen is the one who brought you here this time, so I will give you the staff." "But, you also made a move," Lin Wenwen said with some astonishment. Hearing this, He Danchi smiled and said, Wenwen, you forgot what my family does. If I want any equipment, I just need to tell my family. Hearing this, Lin Wenwen took the staff. After all, as the He's Chamber of Commerce in Ningcheng, Hidanchi is not short of money at all. By the way, there are still some experience potions and strength potions here. Hidanchi said suddenly. In addition to the 2 pieces of equipment, there are also some potions in the harvest rewards this time, such as experience potions, strength potions and speed potions. Moreover, if these medicines are sold for money, a large amount of dragon coins can be obtained, but the 3 of them have no intention of selling them. In the end, the 3 shared the potion equally. Lu Xuantian got 2 bottles of experience potion, 1 bottle of strength potion and 2 bottles of speed potion. These are potions that increase permanent attributes. After distributing all rewards, the 3 also left the secret realm through the teleportation array. The secret realm also disappeared. Lu Xuantian picked up the package on his back again and looked at Hidanchi and Lin Wenwen. This trip to the secret realm is safe and sound. It's getting late now. I'm going to go back. How about you? Hidanchi looked at the package behind Lu Xuantian and said, "Thank you Lu Xuantian, otherwise we really wouldn't be able to defeat that secret realm." "Aren't you going to sell materials? You can go to my He's store to trade, and I will give you a discount." Hidanchi took out a golden card from his body and continued, "This is the VIP card of the Chamber of Commerce, and you will be given a discount when you buy or sell materials at the He Chamber of Commerce in the future." However, Lu Xuantian did not accept it immediately, but narrowed his eyes and looked at Hidanchi. "I've already gotten the reward I deserve, your card is a bit expensive." Lu Xuantian has seen pigs running even if he has never eaten pork these years. The golden VIP card of He Chamber of Commerce is not something ordinary people can get. Even if I helped them just now, I wouldn't give myself such a precious thing. Hidanchi smiled when he heard this. "You are really smart, I do have something to ask. You said before that you are a student of the number 3 middle school, so you should know about the number 3 university in Daxia." Lu Xuantian nodded. "Those are the 3 strongest universities in Daxia, and countless people want to go in every year. But the difficulty of the annual assessment is very high. Every year, the 3 universities recruit students, and only those who pass the assessment can enter. This year's entrance examination mode is team, a team needs at least 3 people." Lu Xuantian understood the other party's thoughts, and looked at Hidanchi. "So you want to invite me to form a team? Every year, the entrance examination is a fierce competition, not only for individual professionals, but also for team battles. After all, this is not a world where individuals come first." Compared with how Danchi and Lin Wenwen cooperated, one for close combat and one for long-distance attack, Hidanchi also pointedly said, "Yes, I want to get the first place in the entrance examination this time, so I have been looking for teammates. And your strength is very strong." This is Hidanchi's sincere words. However, she saw the horror of Lu Xuantian's profession. Battle Tank Master is a hidden class, but it also has flaws, but when Lu Xuantian casts it, they only feel powerful. Before he could speak, Hidanchi continued, "I won't let you help for nothing. As long as you agree, I can spend some extra resources to improve our level as much as possible. And the location of this martial arts test is the Qingzhou Professional Academy. My He family also has a silver copy in Qingzhou, and I can open it to you. What do you think?" Lu Xuantian thought about it for a while, and felt that there was nothing wrong. During the assessment, the entire Ningcheng middle school students went. Anyone who forms a team is a team, but other people are not as strong as Hidanchi and Lin Wenwen. Moreover, as the daughter of the chairman of the He Chamber of Commerce, Hidanchi must have certain resources, which she can just borrow. As long as your level is raised to the silver level, you can get new rewards. Yes, Lu Xuantian nodded. Hidanchi smiled and said, "Then, this kind of gold card should be regarded as a meeting gift." After receiving the card, Lu Xuantian continued, "Now that you've decided, let's leave here, we're going to Qingzhou tomorrow." After discussing, the 3 left the secluded dungeon and went to the small town outside the dungeon. There is a store opened by the He's Chamber of Commerce in the small town. Lu Xuantian exchanged all the packages on the back for dragon coins. Because it is a gold card, all purchases are 50% higher than the market price. Also because of the gold card, Lu Xuantian was invited to the VIP room to wait for settlement. Lu Xuantian was very surprised, and the gold card service is also great. He didn't have this kind of treatment in the past. And on the side is the daughter of the chairman of the fellow He's Chamber of Commerce, and the daughter of the city lord of Ningchang. He Danchi said with a smile, "This is the benefit of my He Chamber of Commerce Gold Card VIP, and this is just the tip of the iceberg of the He Chamber of Commerce. In the future, if you have enough dragon coins, you can participate in the auction house of the He Chamber of Commerce. There are many rare equipment, props and skill books in the auction house." While waiting, He Danchi told Lu Xuantian about some benefits of the He Chamber of Commerce. The He's Chamber of Commerce has been established for a long time, spreading all over the major cities of the Great Xia Kingdom. Although it is not ranked in the top 10 in the whole country of Daxia, its strength should not be underestimated. Not long after, the staff of the He Chamber of Commerce remitted the calculated dragon coins to Lu Xuantian's card, worth 500,000 dragon coins in total. This is a huge sum of money for Lu Xuantian. After all, most of these materials were taken from beasts above the 8th level of bronze. The value is naturally high, but it was purchased at a price 50% higher than the market price, so he made a profit on this trip. After Lu Xuantian exchanged the materials, He Danchi said, "Student Lu, if you want to buy any medicine, you can place an order through the website of the He Chamber of Commerce, and our staff will deliver it to you." Lu Xuantian's eyes lit up. "Well, I'll buy it when I go back." He Danchi nodded. "I've arranged for a car, and I'm already waiting at the gate to take you home." At the moment, $2 million luxury cars are parked at the entrance of the Chamber of Commerce. Lu Xuantian couldn't help clicking his tongue. As expected of a rich man. Going out as $1 million luxury car. It took him 3 days of hard work to get 500,000 dragon coins, which was only enough to buy cultivation resources. At this time, He Danchi and Lin Wenwen had already arrived in front of the first luxury car. Before getting into the car, He Danchi looked at Lu Xuantian. "Student Lu, let's make an agreement. I will pick you up to Qingzhou tomorrow morning." Lu Xuantian smiled and said, "Okay, then see you tomorrow morning." Afterwards, Lu Xuantian got into the second luxury car and drove towards Ningchang. Sitting in the back seat of a luxury car. Only then did Lu Xuantian have time to check his own attributes. This time he gained a lot, and his level even reached the 6th level of bronze, far surpassing others. Name: Lu Xuantian. Level: Bronze Tier 6. Occupation: Battle Tank Master. Strength: 78. Agility: 50. Spirit: 56. Stamina: 80. Equipment: War Bear Gloves, War Bear Shield. Exclusive skill: Ghost Back Fan Ma Physique. After 3 days of hunting, Lu Xuantian's attributes improved a lot. Among them, Lu Xuantian burst out some medicines, which are basically first-level medicines, and these medicines can increase the attribute by 2 points at most at a time. But each potion can be taken up to 10 times. For example, a first-level strength potion will no longer increase strength after being used 10 times. Of course, potions are only the most direct augmentation props. There are other props in this world, so don't worry at all. However, he now only has one exclusive skill, which can increase his strength, and none of the other high-level skills. Soon, Lu Xuantian returned to Ningchang. After returning home, he cleaned it first, and then opened the online shopping mall of the Chamber of Commerce. What caught the eye was a dazzling array of commodities and all kinds of sophisticated equipment. These equipment were not only unearthed by killing monsters, but also made by humans themselves. Even, some attributes are much better than the equipment that exploded, but the price is also expensive. In addition to the equipment area, there are other commodity areas in the mall, such as item area, skill area, potion area and so on. The item area is the classification of strengthening stones or rare crystals and ores. However, Lu Xuantian looked at the medicine area. He just wants to improve his basic attributes now. If the basic attributes increase, then when he casts the ghost back, the burst of strength will also be stronger. But too expensive medicine is not Lu Xuantian's first choice. Even if he chooses, he can't buy it. After searching for a while, Lu Xuantian found the potion of strength he wanted. The price of the second-level power potion +5 is 100,000. However, because it is a gold card, he only needs to spend 50% off the price. Immediately, Lu Xuantian directly purchased 5 bottles of strength potion and 5 bottles of stamina potion, all of which cost 500,000 dragon coins. Also, because of the gold card, the He Chamber of Commerce is responsible for delivering the goods to the door. In about an hour, He's Chamber of Commerce delivered 10 bottles of medicine. Lu Xuantian drank it directly. At this moment, the basic values of his strength and endurance have both broken 100. If he uses the full body ghost back, his strength will exceed 1,000 points. Lu Xuantian looked at the attribute information and said, "With my current strength, I am afraid that few students will be my opponents." Seeing that it was getting late outside, Lu Xuantian fell asleep directly, and had to go to Qingzhou tomorrow. Early the next morning, Lu Xuantian got up early to pack his things. Today he is going to Qingzhou to participate in the entrance examination of Qingzhou University, one of the 3 universities in the summer. In addition to the 3 universities of the Great Shah, there are also other universities, such as the 7 Sons of the Great Shah, and other large and small universities that are tied for the top 7. And Lu Xuantian's written test scores are excellent, and he has been transferred to a battle tank teacher, so he naturally wants to join Qingzhou Academy. And, yesterday, I reached an agreement with He Danqi and Lin Wenwen to be admitted to Qingzhou University together. For Lu Xuantian, as long as it is the 3 universities, no matter which one is fine. Soon, He Danqi came to pick up Lu Xuantian in a $1 million luxury car, and then drove towards the airport. After boarding the plane, Lu Xuantian realized how big Daxia was. Even the plane flew for nearly 10 hours, and when it arrived in Qingzhou, it was already very late. He Danqi directly invited Lu Xuantian and Lin Wenwen to rest in his villa, waiting for the entrance examination the next day. Inside the villa, Lu Xuantian, who was resting in the living room, saw He Danqi approaching with a stack of documents in his hand. "Student Lu, there are many people participating in the entrance examination of Qingzhou Academy this year. This is the information I asked the He Chamber of Commerce to collect about the participants. Most of them are seed players, and they are all hidden professions." Lu Xuantian heard the words. Some curiously took those materials over to read. When talking about hidden occupations, Lin Wenwen, who was sitting on the side, said curiously, "I've only heard of many hidden occupations popping up in the Great Summer this time. There is a hidden professional in Liangcheng, Qingzhou, Cheng Wangqin, Dragon Master. I heard that he was snatched away by Shaoqing University as soon as he appeared." He Danqi also agreed and said, "These people all have backgrounds to obtain resources, and their levels have increased very quickly. I heard that some people have already raised their levels to the 10th level of bronze. It seems to be a healer profession. This is a powerful hidden profession in the auxiliary system. It can not only throw various negative status skills to the opponent, but also has a strong blood recovery skill. With him, his team is Shaoqiang from Immune to Death. However, the other party has already been appointed by other universities and will not appear in Qingzhou." He Danqi told Lu Xuantian and Lin Wenwen everything he knew. Daxia has many cities and countless people. A large number of hidden professionals emerge every year, some are strong and some are weak. Not all hidden professionals are directly invincible. Suddenly, He Danqi's voice was slightly cold. "There are also many hidden occupations in the entrance examination of Qingzhou University this time. But, I will definitely defeat them all, and I will enter Qingzhou University with the first place." He Danqi spoke firmly. It seems that the first place is already hers. At this time, Lin Wenwen looked at He Danqi from the side. "Danqi, uncle didn't say it on purpose, you don't have to try to prove anything so deliberately." "No, I must prove my strength. I will never be used as a vase. Who said a woman can't be a sword god?" He Danqi shook his head and said. Lu Xuantian, who was reading the message, looked up at the 2 girls. He didn't know what happened. It seemed that the matter was not simply about taking the first place. Lin Wenwen explained, "Because Danqi's father thinks that girls are not suitable for cultivation, let alone become sword gods, so Danqi has to fight for the first place every time to prove himself. So I have been exercising very hard, and my level is 1 level higher than ours." Hearing Lin Wenwen's explanation, Lu Xuantian understood He Danqi's words. Only now did he understand that He Danqi's level would be 1 level higher than theirs. It turned out to be introverted. Immediately Lu Xuantian smiled and said, "Don't worry, as long as I have me in the entrance examination tomorrow, no one can hurt you." But He Danchi said with a smile, "Student Lu, don't underestimate me, I am very strong, and I am now a warrior of the 7th rank." As he said that, He Danchi showed his level, which was the 7th level of bronze. The next day. Today is the entrance examination day of Qingzhou University. Lu Xuantian, Lin Wenwen and He Danchi also came to the examination base in the suburbs of Qingzhou. At this time, outside the assessment base, a large number of students who wanted to apply for Qingzhou University gathered, and it was a huge crowd. At the scene, the assessors began to check everyone's level information. The method is very simple, and their own attribute panels are displayed. Of course, everyone only needs to reveal basic information such as name, grade and occupation. After 2 hours of inspection, everyone's names are registered. After everyone is ready, the examiners began to announce the rules. The secret realm of this assessment is the Silver Secret Realm. This is used to weed out bronze level students. However, silver level students are directly recommended and do not need to participate in this kind of competition. But not all silver ranks can be recommended. You must ensure that you do not rely on experience potions to improve, otherwise you will have to participate in the assessment. Experience potions can help people improve their level. But no combat experience. That kind of professional is a guy who is strong in the outside world. No matter which university will not let this kind of student walk. On the stage, the examiner's voice came. "Now, I announce the assessment rules. This year, the assessment mode of our Qingzhou University is still a team battle. You can form a team by yourself or through the computer, or some people who are more confident in their own strength can act alone, but the level must reach the 5th level of bronze. Second, there is only one assessment goal, and that is to snatch tokens from other teams. Wait a minute, each team will get a token engraved with green characters. After entering the secret realm, there will be 10 minutes of protection time. After 10 minutes, they will start competing for tokens, and finally they will be ranked by meeting tokens. In addition, the teams that are not confident in their own strength and the teams that have lost their tokens can hunt and kill silver level 5 and above beasts to collect their tails. The academy will determine your grades based on the number of beasts you hunt. Here comes the important point. You are not allowed to use equipment and props with bonus effects, and you are not allowed to deliberately snatch other people's beasts, and you are not allowed to kill people, otherwise you will be disqualified. This year's Qingzhou University only revealed the top 2,000 teams. So come on. The examiners looked at the audience. Nearly 50,000 people applied for Qingzhou University this year, and only about 6,000 students will be admitted in the end. These students are the top students in each city. After all, students with insufficient grades are not eligible to come to the assessment base at all. If you have no objections, you can enter the secret realm behind me. The assessment time is 3 days, and someone will notify you when the time comes. Inside the Qingzhou assessment base. After the assessment instructor finished explaining the rules, the students standing in the audience talked a lot. Is it finally time to start the assessment? But this time the difficulty is more difficult than last year, especially this year there are many pervert level seated players. I heard that there are 2 peerless talents in Ningcheng, and they are also beauties. They should come to Qingzhou University. I don't know if I can see them. I see, if we go in, we'll look for strange beasts to hunt first. We don't have the token anymore. Then Tianzhao, like a dog's skin plaster, will definitely come to pester us to snatch the token. Shish, aren't you afraid of death? Wait a minute, I won't help you if that guy beats you up. Look at the man sitting on the tiger over there. He is a hidden professional beast master who can control powerful beasts. Many students followed the direction of their fingers and saw a huge tiger by the wall of the base. It is a silver-ranked ferocious beast. At this moment, many students are walking towards the copy according to the instruction of the assessment instructor. Lu Xuantian, He Danchi, and Lin Wenwen followed the large group towards the 20-meter-wide teleportation entrance. Soon, they came to the assessment dungeon, and what they saw was endless barren hills and forests. There are all kinds of strange beasts all over the dungeon. All of them are silver-level beasts. The difficulty of a silver-level dungeon increases a lot. But the 3 are not worried. 2 days ago, they teamed up to clear the Wild Bear Ridge secret realm. That booze is the existence of the 5th level of silver, which was killed by them. At this time, many students left quickly and headed in all directions. Now there is only 10 minutes of protection time. 10 minutes passed. Those seed players began to snatch the tokens in their hands. After all, the token is also a bonus item. Something is better than nothing. This dungeon is huge, 30 kilometers in length and width. It was first discovered by Qingzhou University. But generally all the valuable things in the dungeon are scraped at the first time, but when the value is small, they are used for other purposes. No matter where the copy is the same, it will be released only when it has no value. For example, this place is now regarded as the examination secret of Qingzhou University. In the mountains and forests, Lin Wenwen explained the reason for the Qingzhou University assessment secret. As the daughter of the city lord of Ningcheng, some things are still clear. Lu Xuantian could only sigh in his heart. Evil capitalists. No wonder he didn't find valuable ores and medicinal materials in the secluded dungeon. It turned out that it was taken away by someone. Sudden. There was a roar from the forest on both sides, and a dozen cat demons were seen rushing towards the three of them. Seeing this, Lu Xuantian quickly raised his refined shield to block it in front. Due to the requirements of the assessment, equipment with attributes cannot be used, so every student who comes in is equipped with equipment made of vigilant fine iron. Immediately, the cat demon's claws landed on the shield, making a piercing metal rubbing sound. But he couldn't shake it a bit. Before the cat demon could attack again, Lu Xuantian directly smashed the shield on the cat demon. Boom! The cat demon's head instantly opened. At this time, behind him, He Danchi unsheathed a long sword and beheaded several cat demons around him. And Lin Wenwen used lightning magic to turn the cat demon not far away into black. The dead can't die anymore. Afterwards, Lu Xuantian threw an identification technique to the strange beast to obtain information about the cat demon. It turned out to be a first-rank silver beast. And after killing the cat demon, he gained experience just like when he killed the alien beast in the secluded dungeon, but this time he gained more experience from killing the silver-level alien beast. Lu Xuantian's eyes lit up. This is the right place for them to upgrade their level. If, in these 3 days, I killed some more beasts, wouldn't I be able to raise my level to the silver level? Not only that, they can also loot the tokens in other people's hands. The novice protection time at this moment. Exactly 10 minutes passed. Qingzhou Assessment Base. In the hall, there are hundreds of huge screens hanging. What is played is exactly the situation in the copy. This is a world where technology and cultivation are combined. Above the copy, a large number of drones circled. Players can be monitored in real time. If students encounter danger, they can also send support to the headquarters as soon as possible. And it can also fire bullets and provide cover. In the hall, there were several teachers and professors from Qingzhou College. There are more people in this competition than in previous years, and there are many outstanding students. I don't know who will win the first place in the end. I think it's that kid Anchang, a hidden professional beast master who can control powerful beasts. I think it will be those 2 girls in Ningcheng, especially that Lin Wenwen, who has changed her job to become a lightning mage. The lightning damage is already strong. Combined with He Danchi, who is a swordsman, she should be able to take the top 3. Hey, who are they teaming up with? This one seems to be an ordinary person. I was lucky enough to awaken a hidden profession of the auxiliary system, Battle Tank Master. Battle Tank Master, Swordsman, Thunder Mage. If the 3 hidden professions cooperate well, the top 3 will be considered stable. Look, the battle to snatch tokens has begun. Several teachers and professors from Qingzhou University talked about it. Then, their eyes turned to other students. There are many outstanding students this time. In addition to the drones in the sky, there are also many security officers in the copy. Once a student encounters danger, he will rush over as soon as possible. In fact, the degree of danger of the copy is very low. In the early days, the alien beasts in the dungeon would be beheaded by strong humans. But it's not about killing the beasts. Equivalent to a simple copy. Check copy. As 10 minutes passed, many powerful teams began to snatch tokens. The token is what is being contested in this assessment. The more tokens, the more rankings. Although beheading the tail of the beast can also increase the ranking. But the points of alien beast tail are less than tokens. Quick, Block them. Hand over the token. In a forest, 3 students suddenly came out and stopped 2 women and 1 man. These 3 people are exactly Lu Xuantian 3 people. Lu Xuantian looked at the 3 students surrounding him, and laughed a little. I didn't expect someone to deliver it to my door so soon. Since you want it so much, come and get it yourself. As he spoke, Lu Xuantian shook the token around his waist. There are more than a dozen. This is what he got for 2 hours. When I met another team. Run away before they get close to each other. Therefore, Lu Xuantian directly hung all the tokens on his waist. Make it visible to all students. It will attract everyone to compete. His method has been tried and tested. Really, when seeing a dozen tokens, the 3 students looked at each other, and they all saw what the other meant. These dozen or so tokens are enough for them to pass the assessment. Next moment, they rushed towards Lu Xuantian fiercely. Chapter 11. In the woods, Lu Xuantian shook the token around his waist. Suddenly attracted 3 students. One of the students shouted, "Jahe, go and stop those 2 girls, Ma and I will deal with this guy." The 3 student soldiers split into 2 groups. One of the students holding a long sword rushed towards Hidanchi and Lin Wenwen. The other 2 came to surround Lu Xuantian. Although Lu Xuantian didn't know the strength of the 2, he was quite confident in his own strength. How dare you fish without any strength? At this time, a boy suddenly stabbed Lu Xuantian with a sword, while another boy grabbed a huge axe and slashed at Lu Xuantian from the side. This is a team full of fighters. The damage is massive. But they meet opponents stronger than them. Most people will retreat when encountering such an attack. But Lu Xuantian won't. I saw that Lu Xuantian was holding a fine steel shield, advancing instead of retreating. Straight into the swordsman with the long sword on his head. Bang! The swordsman was knocked out. Immediately afterwards, Lu Xuantian turned around and kicked the axe warrior. Although he didn't use his skills, the huge force still kicked the axe warrior onto the big tree and broke it directly. And at this moment, the swordsman on the ground just stood up, and he was greeted with a punch. A solid punch. It hit the swordsman's little head. For a while, there were stars in my eyes, and I couldn't tell the difference between south, east and north. Suddenly, a strong hand grabbed the swordsman and threw it at the axe warrior not far away. Boom! The swordsman and the axe warrior collided. Suddenly, another figure flew over from not far away. It was another swordsman, and the 3 collided again. The whole process takes no more than 2 minutes. The 3 fighters were completely defeated. Lu Xuantian looked at the 3 fighters who had woken up with a smile. Hand over your tokens. The swordsman who was beaten first reluctantly handed over the 2 tokens on his body. You guys are a bunch of old sicks. Others are hiding in ambush, but you are attracting us openly. Hey, I have already said that it will not be easy if they dare to show their tokens. The 3 soldiers protested, cursing. Stealing chickens is not enough to lose rice. Thanks to Grandma's house. Lu Xuantian laughed out loud. Haha, I've made it so obvious that you are still being fooled. If you don't cheat, who do you cheat? After snatching the token, Lu Xuantian ignored the 3 and left with Hidanchi and Lin Wenwen. Clap clap. Suddenly, there was a burst of applause. As expected of Ningcheng's double pride, the teammates they found are all so strong. A boy wearing a black cloak walked out from behind a small hill not far away. There are no teammates around him, and he seems to be forming a team alone. I heard in the circle that you, Hidanchi, are going to win the first place in Qingzhou University. Now it seems that you really have a chance. The boy walked over step by step. His eyes were on Hidanchi. Just when Lu Xuantian was wondering who the boy was, the 3 robbed students called out the boy's name in unison. Shadow Assassin, Yi Feng. Lu Xuantian slightly squinted at the boy named Yi Feng. He found out last night. That is one of Yi Cheng's pride. It seems to be awakening a hidden profession, Shadow Assassin. Assassin class is definitely a top class. Assassins are born to assassinate. Often hides in dark places. Give the enemy a fatal blow. Yi Feng, and the 2 girls behind Lu Xuantian also looked at Yi Feng in surprise. As a hierarchy of power, the arrogance and dignitaries of the entire Qingzhou have gathered. Know each other. But knowing doesn't mean it's good. Hidanki's face is not good looking. Yi Feng's strength was very strong when he had not awakened his profession before. On par with her, But now Yifeng awakens a hidden profession, and it is still a rare profession. And her profession is just an ordinary swordsman. Because, she once said in the circle that she wanted to get the first place. But many people don't believe it. Even, to snipe her specially. After all, his Chamber of Commerce also has many opponents, among which Yifeng's Yi family is one of them. Yifeng was obviously not a good comber. Yifeng looked at He Danchi coldly. My Miss He, hand over your tokens. You don't want to be injured and unable to compete. Or your two teammates. This is a naked threat. Even if Yifeng couldn't beat He Danchi, he still had no problem dealing with her two teammates. You, He Danchi looked at Yifeng angrily. Then try, who will be injured first, and you are in a team alone, once you are injured. The meaning is very obvious. It's a big deal for both sides. However, Yifeng doesn't intend to hurt both sides. HMPH, as long as you hand over half of the tokens, I'll let you go, otherwise, we'll both lose. Yifeng gave a cold voice, and took a step back. And looked at the nearly 20 tokens on Lu Xuantian's waist. He also knew he couldn't push He Danchi into a hurry. Otherwise, dare to do anything. At this moment, a faint voice came. Brother, haven't you asked my opinion yet? Lu Xuantian looked at Yifeng with a funny face. What if I say no? Yifeng froze for a moment. This time he looked at Lu Xuantian for the first time. I know you, just a tank master. You have to know, I'm giving He Danchi face, otherwise if I really want to make a move, you will have no chance to compete for the first place. Anyway, it's only been 2 hours now, you have every chance to compete for more tokens, and I won't look for you again. It's better for you than buying and selling. Yifeng looked at Lu Xuantian jokingly. That expression seemed to be giving alms. Lu Xuantian also looked at Yifeng like a fool. Shaking the token around his waist. I think it's a bad deal. And, the token is in my hands, if you want it, it depends on whether you have the ability to get it. Lu Xuantian hooked his fingers and looked at Yifeng playfully. Let Yifeng get it by himself. Lin Wenwen, who was standing behind, said worriedly. Lu Xuantian, this guy is a hidden profession, a shadow assassin, and the one-on-one win rate is not high. He Danchi said with a straight face. If we want to fight, let's fight together. I really don't believe we can't beat him. Unexpectedly, Lu Xuantian raised his hand to stop him. No, just this kind of small fish and shrimp, I can deal with it myself. Such contemptuous words made Yifeng's face ugly. As Yi Cheng's pride also awakened hidden occupation. No one has ever dared to look down on themselves. Suddenly, Yifeng walked towards Lu Xuantian step by step. Immediately afterwards, a pair of daggers appeared out of thin air. That is a space ring that humans can use to store things, similar to the storage backpack in the game. This kind of thing is for the disciples of the big family. Not unusual. At this time, Yifeng looked at Lu Xuantian coldly. You are very kind, then let me see if you have the strength to match it. I'll just stand here waiting for you, come. Lu Xuantian held the shield in his hand and looked at Yifeng vigilantly. Always be ready to attack. He naturally knew the strength of an assassin. It's fine if it's an ordinary assassin. But, this is hidden professional assassin. Therefore, he did not relax his vigilance, and he still had his own cards. At this time, Yifeng's figure suddenly disappeared. It really just disappeared in place. Lu Xuantian narrowed his eyes. Sure enough, it has the same ability as the assassin in the game. It can stealthily attack the enemy. Now in the field of vision, there is no trace of Yifeng. Suddenly, Lu Xuantian sensed the wind from behind. He who has obtained Fan Ma's physique. The muscles of the whole body are also extremely sensitive to the perception of wind. At this time, a dagger pierced Lu Xuantian's fisted shoulder, but Lu Xuantian's muscles instinctively gathered together to restrain the dagger from eating meat. In the end, the dagger penetrated only 2 centimeters deep. Found you. Lu Xuantian's other arm held the shield and smashed towards Yifeng. Seeing this, Yifeng hurriedly drew out his dagger and wanted to evacuate, but was still hit by the shield. There was a muffled hum. Immediately afterwards, Yifeng used the power of the shield to stay away from Lu Xuantian. Lu Xuantian moved his arm, and the wound stopped bleeding immediately. As expected of a shadow assassin, this speed is much faster than mine. It's not that easy to think about killing me. He also knew that this was an assessment competition. Killing each other is not allowed. Otherwise, Yi Feng would not have stabbed him in the shoulder. The purpose was to make him lose his ability to fight. But it's a pity. The opponent underestimated his strength. Fan Ma's physique brings more than just transformation. But physique, although the value is not displayed. But Lu Xuantian's physique is much stronger than that of normal people. At the same time, in the assessment base of Qingzhou University, the invigilator in charge of the exam has been paying attention to every seeded contestant. These seed players are basically determined by default. Suddenly, an invigilator shouted, "Ningcheng Tianzhao and Yicheng Tianzhao face off." The news immediately reached the ears of the examiner. The examiner called out the monitor, just in time to see Lu Xuantian and Yi Feng fighting. The battle tank master and the shadow assassin are fighting. This student named Lu Xuantian reacts really fast. Dong Jun watched with some surprise. He had paid attention to the shadow assassin Yi Feng. But I didn't expect that the first time I played against the battle tank master, both sides were injured. As for Lu Xuantian, he thinks he is a good support. Although his growth is limited, his combat power is still good. Dong Jun leaned back on the chair with great interest. Going to enjoy this fight. This moment, behind a stone, Yi Feng hid here. He looked at Lu Xuantian in astonishment. That guy is so powerful. Moreover, what happened to that body? It was as hard as steel. His dagger is just a steel dagger. If it was replaced with his own equipment, it might be able to pierce the shoulder. But this is a game, not a battlefield. Without thinking too much, Yi Feng approached Lu Xuantian again. Poisonous fangs and thorns. Suddenly, a dagger appeared in front of Lu Xuantian's eyes, trying to stab Lu Xuantian in the shoulder. Lu Xuantian directly raised his hand to block the dagger with his shield. Boom! There was an explosion. The shield was directly blown off. And Yi Feng disappeared again. Hiss! Lu Xuantian shook his hand, the shield exploded and his arm went numb. All go. You kid is so ugly, you actually use skills. Lu Xuantian said in surprise, then I won't be polite. And Yi Feng's faint voice came from the surroundings. Then you are welcome to show me one. Soon, Yi Feng regretted it. I saw that he tore off his school uniform directly, revealing his bronzed skin. No. That's muscle. And it's full of muscles. Quote. Question mark. Quote. Yi Feng was startled. The three warrior teams watching from the side were also stunned. In the base, the proctor who was watching the live broadcast of the battle was also taken aback. I call it a good guy in my heart. The guy looked unremarkable on the outside, and the muscles under his clothes were harder than any man he had ever seen. But at this moment, a devil-like voice came. Ghost back. I saw that the muscles behind Lu Xuantian actually condensed into a grimace. It's hideous. Now, not far away, Yi Feng saw the opportunity. Want to take advantage of this opportunity to abolish Lu Xuantian. But at this moment, a strange force enveloped him. He instantly felt his speed drop by about 1/10. Not good. He is ready to retreat when he is experienced. Suddenly a figure appeared in front of him. It was Lu Xuantian who came. At this time, Lu Xuantian's upper body was bare, with muscles so ferocious that they exploded, staring at him firmly. Fake. I'm in an invisible state right now. Yi Feng looked at the person standing in front of him in astonishment. I can't believe it. But before Yi Feng could react, Lu Xuantian slapped him on the shoulder. Boy, are you good at hiding? But your breath betrayed you. Not good. The next moment, Lu Xuantian directly grabbed Yi Feng's shoulder and threw it over his shoulder. With a bang, he smashed Yi Feng to the ground heavily. In an instant, Yi Feng opened his eyes sharply. What is this force? Can't resist. Yi Feng couldn't maintain his invisible state for a while, so he appeared. Immediately afterwards, Lu Xuantian immediately pounced on it. A punch directly hit Yi Feng's stomach. The violent power slanted out instantly. Boom! The earth is shaking, and Yi Feng on the ground received a powerful punch, spat out a mouthful of blood, and looked at Lu Xuantian in astonishment. This is still under the condition of Lu Xuantian's strength, otherwise Yi Feng will be crippled without dying. At this moment, the scene was silent for a while. At the scene, Yi Feng was lying on the ground half dead alone. Although He Danqi and Lin Wenwen were surprised, they were also expected. But the warrior team not far away was stunned. The fight happened too fast. It's over when they don't react. Dong Jun, the chief examiner who was watching the live broadcast, was dumbfounded. What the hell is a battle tank master? This moment. The drone above the dungeon sensed the energy fluctuations, immediately locked the position, and recorded the battle situation. So many proctors saw the battle. At a glance, the seed player, Yi Feng, was punched by Lu Xuantian. An invigilator looked at Lu Xuantian, who looked like a ghost, and exclaimed, "Hiss, who is this guy? He actually knocked Yi Feng down." Quickly operate with both hands, and the face recognition information will pop up immediately. Ning Cheng, Lu Xuantian. This is the one who teamed up with Ningcheng Shuangjiao. Isn't he a battle tank master? Even if he is powerful, he can't be stronger than a battlefield fighter. Also, Yi Feng easily defeated a team in half an hour, and ended up falling in Lu Xuantian's hands. The invigilator looked puzzled at the chief invigilator. I thought it was Yi Feng who won, but it turned out that the dark horse Lu Xuantian appeared. At this time, Dong Jun narrowed his eyes slightly to look at Lu Xuantian, thinking. This guy's strength increased in an instant, and his reaction and speed also increased greatly. This is probably related to the grimace behind him. Moreover, the perception has also improved a lot, so you can find Yi Feng's position in an instant. As the chief examiner, Dong Jun has quite rich experience. Analyze Lu Xuantian's situation immediately after reacting. As a battle tank division, the attributes are relatively balanced. But after transforming, his strength increased dramatically. However, he has never heard of any skill that condenses the muscles of his back into a grimace. However, there is one thing to say, Lu Xuantian's muscular body makes him envious. In addition to being unfamiliar with Yi Feng's fighting style from the beginning, Yi Feng was never given a chance, and even found out Yi Feng's location at the end. Dong Jun thought of a possibility. If it wasn't a skill, it might be the tank master's exclusive skill. Inside the copy, the fight ended with a punch from Lu Xuantian. Yi Feng was lying on the ground in pain. The damage from that punch was not insignificant. Fortunately, it was not a battle to the death. Otherwise, he felt that he might be gone. You are the real monster. Yi Feng finally uttered a word. For a long time, he has been called Tianzhao, monster, Yi family genius, and countless other titles. As a result, he was directly defeated by this muscular guy in 3 rounds. Lu Xuantian grinned. Your purity is still too low. Now, I would like to admit defeat and hand over the token in your hand. The purity is too low. Yi Feng was puzzled, but seeing Lu Xuantian's body was full of muscles, compared to his thin arms and legs, it seemed a bit low. He sighed, endured the pain, and took out 5 tokens from the space ring, plus 1 of his own, and defeated at least 4 teams. Lu Xuantian took it with a smile on his face. With the addition of these 5 yuan, the tokens in his hand have reached 205. Then tie the 5 tokens around the waist. Waiting for the next fish. Quote. Yi Feng was speechless. This guy is really daring. But he does have the strength to do so. It seems he was careless. What's your name? Yi Feng asked suddenly. Lu Xuantian. Brother Lu, I admire you. I don't recognize many people, but you are definitely on top. Yi Feng resisted his body and stood up, took out a bottle of recovery potion from the interspatial ring, drank it in one gulp, and the damage on his body recovered to a minimum. Seeing this scene, Lu Xuantian clicked his tongue. It really was the same as the game. But recovery potions are expensive. If you encounter danger in the wild, you can be alone. If it is a high-end recovery potion, it is equivalent to a second life, and rebirth from broken bones is not a problem. After getting the token, Lu Xuantian didn't say anything to Yi Feng, and took He Danqi and Lin Wenwen to go fishing. After the 3 of Lu Xuantian left, Yi Feng looked sharply at the 3 soldiers watching the battle from a distance, thought for a while and left. He knew that the battle just now would definitely be publicized by the 3 fighters. But he doesn't care anymore. Because he was sure that Lu Xuantian would meet someone else next time. At that time, there will be a large number of people who will lose to Lu Xuantian. Soon, Yi Feng disappeared in place. Now, in the assessment base hall of Qingzhou University, several teachers from Qingzhou University received messages to look at Lu Xuantian. They are responsible for selecting some students with good strength and talent from all the participating students, or some students who are not ranked low but have strong talents. And Lu Xuantian fit the bill. It's just, Lu Xuantian's strength is not ordinary. Hidden occupation, battle tank master. It seems to have its own exclusive skills, and this assessment may become the biggest dark horse. A teacher guessed. At this time, another teacher gave a different opinion. I'm definitely that spear warrior, Zhao Shu, from the spear warrior family, who wields a long spear fiercely and domineeringly, and also has his own exclusive skill, armor-piercing sharpness, which can easily pierce through the enemy's defense. I think it's good for fighters to wake up. Their reaction and speed are far beyond ordinary people, and their strength is also very strong among their peers. Many teachers gave different opinions. After all, there are many hidden professions or specialization professions in the 3 universities of Daxia this year, such as Zhao Shu's family of spear fighters, who have practiced spears since childhood and have a deep understanding of spears. The teachers of Qingzhou University couldn't tell which one was stronger. But, on the fight, Lu Xuantian deserved the first place. 3 moves will defeat the mighty Yi Feng. Moreover, these teachers not only came to watch the battle, but also poached people. Many teachers report the students they like to their tutors. After all, which teacher doesn't want such an excellent student? Students who are competing do not know that they have been spotted. Time is also running fast. All students have spent the day in the forbidden area. At this moment, in a valley, the 3 of Lu Xuantian beheaded a silver beast in a valley. In the valley, he ate the barbecue of exotic animals and took a short rest. However, after a day of hunting, his level has been raised from bronze level 6 to bronze level 8, getting closer to silver level. Thinking of getting a big gift package again after being promoted to the silver level, Lu Xuantian was so motivated that he wished to kill all the strange beasts. After a brief rest, everyone set off again and walked towards the depths of the dungeon. And at this time, the number of tokens on Lu Xuantian's waist also increased by more than 300. All the students who came to snatch the tokens were defeated by Lu Xuantian without exception. This also gave Lu Xuantian a lot of fame, of course not a great one, and at the same time caused many students to detour when they saw him. Sudden, there was a fight ahead of them. It seems that there are quite a lot of people. In a forest, the 5 teams are testing each other. These are 5 relatively strong teams, and everyone's level is at the 4th to 5th level of bronze. Although it is not the strongest, it is not to be underestimated. It was originally just 2 teams fighting for tokens, but the sound of the battle drew teams around them. Some weak teams avoided directly and concentrated on hunting silver beasts. And a strong team, it is watching from the sidelines. Want the fisherman's profit, but no one is an idiot. The 5 teams test each other and dare not start a war easily, otherwise the token in their hands will change hands if they are attacked. You can look at the dozens of tokens in the opponent's hand. No one thought of leaving. After a battle, each of the 5 parties suffered casualties. No one can help anyone. But neither wanted to leave. Once all the other parties' tokens are taken away, maybe they will be able to win the first place in this assessment. The rewards for first place can vary widely. Everyone wants it. However, the reality is not that simple. At this time, the 5 parties formed a circle with a distance of 20 meters, and they were on guard against each other. At this time, beside a team, an assassin approached stealthily and grabbed the token on one of them. Court death. The student who noticed something strange immediately drew his sword and killed the assassin. Wind blade. Suddenly, in the direction of the assassin, a wind blade struck and hit the warrior with the sword drawn. It was another team that appeared. The eyes of the other teams lit up one after another trying to compete for tokens. The battle is imminent, all fighting each other. Pastor, give me a sip. The token is on that person, stop him quickly, don't let him run away. Eat me with a stick. Assassin, come out and fight alone. Mage, quickly use range magic to wipe them all out. Snowstorm. In an instant, all 6 teams started a scuffle. This is the biggest team battle in the dungeon. You know, in more than a day, most of the weak teams have lost their tokens to others. And now the scramble is just for the average student. Their strength is equal, so the number of battles broke out the most. The duration is also long. Although fighting broke out, most of the teams did not suffer too much loss. After all, everyone has studied for more than 10 years and already knows how to stand. For example, the mage stands at the back, the tank professional fights in front to protect the mage, the fighter is tough on the enemy, and the assassin uses his own advantages to attack others. The battle is very exciting. Comparable to the magician and knight in the previous life. In the corner of the battlefield, Lu Xuantian, He Danqi and Lin Wenwen looked in amazement at the 6 teams fighting in the distance. A team of nearly 20 people fought each other. When they heard the movement just now, they quietly watched. I'm going, so many people are competing for tokens, there are at least 100 of them, if we win them, we will be number 1. Lu Xuantian was pleasantly surprised to see the team fighting. There are at least dozens of teams that dare to compete for tokens now. After all, with the beginning of the battle, one team grabs another team's token, and so on, the number of tokens of each team will become more, the drought dies, and the flood dies. They had been watching for a while, and they also found several teams around them waiting to reap the benefits. However, they are all teams whose tokens have been robbed. Although they are weak, they are not afraid of wearing shoes with bare feet. As long as you grab a token, it is a bonus item. At the moment, everyone is watching. And the 6 teams that are fighting are also aware of the surrounding situation. But now, they are riding a tiger. If you don't shoot, you will be attacked by other teams. At this time, a fireball strayed on the battlefield and fell into the surrounding forest. In an instant, the flames burned. The 3 of Lu Xuantian who were hiding behind the bushes jumped out directly. Lu Xuantian looked ugly. My luck is really bad. At this time, Lu Xuantian's upper body was bare and dirty. And behind him, there are 2 extremely beautiful girls. Much like Beauty and the Beast. For a while, the 3 attracted the 6 teams that were fighting. But that's not the most appealing. The most attractive thing is Lu Xuantian's waist, which is almost covered with tokens. Let alone 200 or 300. Suddenly, everyone was shocked. There are at most 50 of them in each team. The other party came directly to hundreds of them. Lu Xuantian looked at the 6 teams in front of him, smiled slightly and said, I want your token. Hearing this, the 6 teams were stunned. Is this person stupid? One team singles out 6 teams. Suddenly, the 6 teams tacitly thought of getting together. Everyone, this kid is too crazy. Why don't we join forces to defeat him and scrape his token away? We have at least 50 members in a team, and breaking into the top 100 is not a problem. Okay, I agree. Yes, let him pay for his arrogance. Nima, this kid is too crazy, kill him. Suddenly, the battle started. The 6 teams stopped attacking each other and all besieged Lu Xuantian. Lu Xuantian's eyes were full of war, and he shouted, He Danqi, Lin Wenwen, you 2 pay attention, I'm going to fight. As he said that, Lu Xuantian directly displayed the Ghost Back, Fan Ma Physique. All attributes are increased tenfold. Go straight to the crowd. The gloved fist hit the long sword directly. With a bang, the refined iron sword was shattered directly, but this was not over yet, another punch, and this warrior was immediately crippled. Continue. Lu Xuantian's speed was also not slow, and he immediately avoided the attacks of other fighters and threw a punch. Bang! A student flew upside down and hit several students who were besieging them, killing some of them in an instant. Suddenly, Lu Xuantian's ears moved slightly, and the faint sound of breathing approached. I saw Lu Xuantian suddenly reached out to hold the void, grabbing the arm of an assassin. Next moment, use assassins like darts, smash other fighters. In just 3 minutes, Lu Xuantian eliminated most of the students. And He Danqi and Lin Wenwen were not idle either. Lin Wenwen used lightning magic to make up for the seriously injured student who was sent flying by Lu Xuantian. And He Danqi went to sneak attack those magicians and priests. The magician was solved in an instant. The 3 eliminated the 6 teams in an instant. The ordinary team watching the battle not far away was stunned. This guy is a monster, right? Horrible monster. In the eyes of everyone at this moment, Lu Xuantian is a monster. They think they are great too. But he couldn't catch Lu Xuantian's punch. Come, hand over your tokens, don't keep them private. Lu Xuantian smiled and took everyone's tokens away. A total of 322. At present, Lu Xuantian has obtained more than 600 tokens. Everyone who watched was envious. But they didn't dare to fight anymore. That punch seemed to strike like a mountain, knocking them down. Fortunately, the pastor helped them recover. Who are you? When Lu Xuantian was about to leave, a student asked loudly. Listen well, my name is Lu Xuantian. If you are not convinced, you can tell others that I have a lot of tokens here, and let them come and challenge me. I'll wait for you at the dungeon boss. Of course, if you have the courage, come and find me. Lu Xuantian waved the token. These almost surrounded his waist, so he found a rope, strung it from the tokens, and hung it diagonally over his shoulders. It looks very attractive. That is, no one dared to step forward to snatch it. In the end, Lu Xuantian left with He Danqi and Lin Wenwen. Just leave everyone with a deep and weird back grimace. Is it Lu Xuantian? Almost all the students pronounce this name in their mouths. Soon, in the next 2 days, Lu Xuantian will spread among the players. That man, Lu Xuantian felt that it was too troublesome to find others one by one. And, today is the second day. Tomorrow is the last day. To get tokens quickly is to attract others. At the same time, he also wants to improve experience. So, he set his sights on the dungeon boss. Although this dungeon has been refreshed countless times, the monsters in the dungeon will be refreshed every once in a while. Similarly, boss will also appear. But not every year the freshman assessment will kill the boss. But Lu Xuantian is sure. This year's boss, he wants it. Qingzhou Assessment Base. Assessment instructor Dong Jun watched Lu Xuantian fight with a strange expression on his face. He has been paying attention to Lu Xuantian since he discovered the dark horse Lu Xuantian. It's just the way Lu Xuantian fished that surprised him. What was even more astonishing was his strength. Now is the second day. Lu Xuantian has fought several times, but he has never seen Lu Xuantian feel tired. It feels like Lu Xuantian just came out to play. But when I heard that Lu Xuantian wanted to defeat the boss, Dong Jun looked playful. Every year those who dare to challenge the boss are the top-seeded players. It's a good show to watch. In a flash, the third day passed. It's almost the same for many students collecting tokens. Most of them just find a place to hang out after getting some tokens, and wait until the assessment is over. Otherwise, if they were robbed, there would be nowhere to cry. Especially the recent occurrence of strong people snatching tokens. There are so many tricks. But most notably, a muscular student with his upper body bare and tokens hanging all over his body, followed by 2 beauties, walked arrogantly in the mountains and forests. Where they have been, all students are flying like dogs. But no one dared to go up and snatch it. That is an above-board trap. This moment, in a valley deep in the dungeon, a 2-meter-tall orangutan glared at the human in front of him. In front of him are 9 humans. A team of 3. These are teams that are confident in their strengths. One of them is Lu Xuantian, He Danqi and Lin Wenwen. After 3 days of searching, they finally found the location of Booze. And after 3 days of hunting, under the experience empowerment of a large number of silver-level beasts, their strength finally rose to the 10th level of bronze. Now there is only one last step left to the silver level. That is to kill the boss in front of you. Lu Xuantian threw an identification technique. The information of boss is displayed. Strange beast. Thundering Sky Ape King. Level. Silver 10th level ordinary Booze. Strength. 362. Agility. 213. Spirit. 300. Stamina. 243. Skill. Pyroblast Fist. Using the fire attribute energy in the body to send out a powerful punch, there is a chance to burn the enemy and continue to bleed. Roaring Charge. Spiritual attack. Interferes with the enemy's mind, and the response is reduced by 30%. Roundabout Kick. Increase your own speed, turn around and accelerate to kick the enemy, causing powerful damage. But when looking at Boo's information, the 3 teams are far from deadlocked. Staring at each other, no one launched an attack first, for fear that others would take advantage of it. Finally, the captain of a team couldn't bear it anymore and said, "It's not a solution for us to continue this stalemate. If we wait any longer, maybe other people will find it. Why don't we fight together? Anyway, the experience is distributed according to the amount of damage. Not everyone can find Booze in the first time. Now only the 3 of them have found the boss, and other teams will definitely find it after a long time." And a cold female voice came from another team. Then how to distribute the equipment that exploded? The first team said again, "If there is a reward, it will be shot according to its ability, and whoever grabs it will get it." It is good. The two teams quickly reached an agreement, and then they looked at Lu Xuantian, He Danqi and Lin Wenwen. However, the two teams are still quite cautious. Because Lu Xuantian's name is quite amazing. The most conspicuous thing is the explosive muscles. Lu Xuantian said lightly, I agree with your ideas very much, but you are taking it for granted. Children make choices. Listen well, boss, I want rewards. As soon as this remark came out, the two teams did not get angry. They have long heard that Lu Xuantian is so powerful that even a passing dog would be slapped. Especially Lu Xuantian is carrying more than 1,000 tokens. That is a symbol of strength. The girl in the second team snorted coldly and said, HMPH, if you are really capable, then try it, and don't lose face if you can't beat it later. Okay, then you can take care of it. Lu Xuantian walked towards Booz without any hesitation. At the same time, Lu Xuantian glanced at his attributes. Name, Lu Xuantian. Occupation, Battle Tank Master. Level, Bronze 10th rank. Strength, 155. Agility, 99. Spirit, 102. Stamina, 160. Exclusive skill, Ghost Back Fan Ma Physique. As long as I kill this boss, I might be able to upgrade to the silver level, and then I can open the next gift package. Thinking about it this way, Lu Xuantian greeted He Danqi and Lin Wenwen. He Danqi, Lin Wenwen, you two are holding back the boss, and I will be the main attacker. In the valley, Lu Xuantian took the lead in attacking, and quickly punched the Thundering Ape King. Both teams also attack. Brontosaurus. As a powerful thunder mage, Lin Wenwen quickly cast Ni Andong's spell, summoning a thunder dragon to appear, and rushed towards the Thundering Ape King. A lightning strike directly to the Ape King split the fur of the Ape King. He Danqi is now also at the 10th level of bronze, and his sword directly pierced the arm of the Hongtian Ape King. Lu Xuantian is the main force. Always resist at the forefront. After head-to-head, Lu Xuantian's gaze turned hard, and his bones exploded. Ghost back open. During Setsuna, Lu Xuantian's originally bare back condensed into a grimace. That man's ghostly back appeared. When Lu Xuantian showed his ghostly back, the eyes of the other two teams were immediately attracted. During this period of time, news about a Lu Xuantian with a grimace has been spreading wildly. Many people have seen it. Everyone who has seen it thinks it is a monster. And now, Lu Xuantian finally showed his ability, which is to cultivate his muscles to the point of ultimate. At this time, the Hongtian Ape King is angry. One punch to Lu Xuantian. Flame explosion fist. I saw hot red rays of light emitting from the fist of the Hongtian Ape King. The void seems to be burning. One blow from the universe. Lu Xuantian also unleashed a punch, 10 times more powerful, and hit the fist of the Hongtian Ape King fiercely. The two fists collided, and the result was that the Hongtian Ape King was sent flying. Immediately afterwards, Lu Xuantian bullied him. He punched the Hongtian Ape King hard. Don't give him a chance to breathe. However, He Danqi and Lin Wenwen, who were on the side, saw the opportunity, and their attacks also landed on the boss. 10 minutes later, under the full attack of the three of them, the Hongtian Ape King finally died. At the same time, an extraordinary force merged into the bodies of Lu Xuantian, He Danqi, and Lin Wenwen, directly filling their experience bars. They are now only one step away from the first level of silver. Sudden. In front of the corpse of the rumbling Ape King, two items suddenly appeared. Lu Xuantian's eyes lit up. Just as they were about to collect it, the other two teams directly tried to fight for it, taking the reward away while the three of them are exhausted. The two teams have been watching from the sidelines. Although they are afraid of the strength of the three of Lu Xuantian, they dare to fight in front of huge benefits. Court death. Lu Xuantian snorted coldly. Don't look at him fighting for such a long time, but his strength didn't consume much. In terms of endurance, it is more durable to eat and drink. After all, Lu Xuantian is not a fool, he already knew the intentions of the other two teams. Immediately punched out, directly blast a soldier into the air. And He Danqi also stabbed a fighter who wanted to compete with his sword. Just a touch, every fighter in the team is defeated. This scared the two teams. Immediately, the two teams turned and ran, not daring to stay where they were. But it's too late. Bang bang, two punches. All were beaten to the ground. Lu Xuantian directly confiscated the tokens of the two teams, an increase of 500 tokens, plus the tokens they collected in the past 3 days. They now have almost 1,500 tokens in their hands. Afterwards, after receiving the token, the three of Lu Xuantian walked towards the examination exit. Their assessment has been completed. The two teams that were robbed looked ugly. They didn't expect Lu Xuantian to be so powerful. Not only did he fail to grab the opponent's token, but his own was snatched away. That fool. This is the end of the game. Originally, we still had a chance to enter the top 100. Now it is still a question of whether we can pass the assessment. I have a solution. We must go out of the secret realm now and rob other people's tokens, otherwise we will be out of the game like this. Okay, but let's go faster. And the three of Lu Xuantian who left in the distance also looked at the two items that the boss exploded. Explosive gloves. Silver rank. Level requirements. Bronze level 10. Strength. 120. Agility. 70. Spirit. 100. Features. When attacking, it comes with a fire explosion effect, which has a chance to cause a burning effect on the enemy and continue to bleed. Skill book. Mental shock. Level requirements. Bronze level 10 Warrior Mage. Effect. It can release a mental shock, causing mental disturbance to the enemy, decreased fighting will, and has a higher chance of stunning the enemy. A skill book and a piece of equipment. It is equivalent to integrating the ability of boss into equipment and skills. Lu Xuantian looked at the pyro-explosive gauntlet with surprise on his face. This glove was just right for him. I have accepted this glove. Do you want this skill, Shulan Wenwen? It should be considered an auxiliary skill. This ability is the Roaring Ape King's Roar, which can have an impact on the spirit of creatures. It's a pretty good skill. Lin Wenwen took it and said, this skill is really good, but there are already skills in the Thunder department. I plan to specialize in this path in the future. I think He Danchi is suitable for this skill. Get close to the enemy and give him a shot. The opponent will definitely come regardless of his reaction. Roaring Charge is completely an old 6 skill. Moreover, such spiritual skills of fighters are rare. He Danchi can be used as a backhand, fighting to catch the opponent by surprise. At the same time, in the Qingzhou assessment base, a professor from Qingzhou University came and was also the instructor of the combat department. Fighter Yi Hongfei. Yi Hongfei is the top martial artist of Qingzhou University, and his strength is extremely powerful. This time he received a message from his own student. It was a Qingzhou University teacher who was watching the battle. The first person to receive the news was Dong Jun, the invigilator in charge of the assessment. Professor Yi, why are you here? The teachers of Qingzhou University in the base greeted each other. Teacher, you are here. Mr. Yi. Professor Yi, you are not here to select students. Yi Hongfei looked at the crowd with a smile and nodded. I heard that there are a few monster-level geniuses in Qingzhou University this year, so I just came to take a look when I have nothing to do. All the teachers tacitly knew that Yi Hongfei had taken a fancy to the student. Just then, a teacher among the teachers came out. His name is Wang Ruo, and he is one of Yi Hongfei's students. Teacher, this student is called Lu Xuantian, and he is the dark horse in this year's assessment. I have been paying attention to him for the past 3 days. His physique seems to be different from that of ordinary tank masters, especially during this battle. Wang Ruo released a picture of Lu Xuantian fighting. That's how Lu Xuantian started his ghostly back. The back is like a grimace. Once this ability is used, Lu Xuantian's power increases directly. Gods block and kill gods, and Buddhas block and kill Buddhas. Wang Ruo explained while playing. According to my observation, this Lu Xuantian doesn't have any martial arts skills, most of them fight purely by their own strength. But I found that Lu Xuantian's mastery of strength is very subtle, as if he can control his muscles like a martial artist. Every time he attacks the opponent, he will retract his strength and will not seriously injure the opponent. Wang Ruo has studied Lu Xuantian's battle in the past 3 days. Although Yi Feng and the others who fought against Lu Xuantian were injured, they did not suffer serious injuries. This control of power is extremely fine. This is not something ordinary people can do. Even fighters have to spend a long time training. After all, skills can be learned directly. But how to use it? How to exert maximum lethality? These all require experience. It cannot be compared with a skill book. If you only output brainlessly, you are telling others about your weaknesses. I want this student. After watching Lu Xuantian's battle in detail, Yi Hongfei suddenly said, "This is the first time that this old man has seen this kind of confrontation controlled by an ultimate student among freshmen. But, teacher, he is a battle tank master." When Yi Hongfei heard this, he waved his hands and said, "It's okay, the profession in this world is not fixed, and it's a pity for him to be a battle tank master. I'll help him start a second career." Yi Hongfei looked at Lu Xuantian, who was fighting fiercely in the video, and he was full of admiration. He felt that Lu Xuantian was born to fight. Because Lu Xuantian has all the necessary factors for a martial artist. Absolute power, agile speed, extraordinary reaction. Yu Qi also has a strong body. Just like steel. Wang Ruo, I want this kid. After the assessment is over, you bring him to Qingzhou University to transfer to my department. You should watch carefully. If someone else snatches him away, I will only ask you." Yi Hongfei was ready to leave after a word of explanation. He just stopped by to have a look. "Teacher, don't you want to meet first?" Wang Ruo asked quickly. "No," Yi Hongfei shook his head. "I'm going to the Dongluo grassland to see if I can find a copy of Yaoshi so that I can help someone find a material. As for that little guy, I'll see you when I come back." When he heard that Yi Hongfei was going to Dongluo grassland, everyone gasped. The Dongluo grassland is an extremely dangerous wild area, with a diamond level of danger. This world divides each area. For example, there are diamond-level beasts in Dongluo grassland, and Dongluo grassland often refreshes diamond-level dungeons, so it is divided into diamond-level wild areas. And Yi Hongfei is a strong man who dares to enter the diamond-level dungeon alone. That is a realm that they cannot reach very hard. Inside the copy, it was already 6 o'clock in the evening. A large number of drones announced the end of the assessment over the instance. Everyone has to leave the copy. At this time, many students were already queuing at the entrance. At the entrance, someone counts the tokens. Calculate the score. The scene is divided into 3 passages. Many examiners are responsible for counting the students who hold tokens and beast tails. During queuing, many students are talking about it. This year's assessment is really brutal. Those guys are crazily snatching tokens like lunatics. One of them is the most pervert. He is shirtless and has a token tied around his waist. At first, many people were attracted, but later they realized that something was wrong. That guy was pretending to be a pig and eating a tiger. I heard that the shadow assassin was also robbed. Not only that, there are 2 fighters on the east side of the dungeon. As long as you meet them, you will be robbed. The ones in the north are even more exaggerated. A beast master directly controls the beasts to fight, and the whole process is upgraded lying down. Although I can't compare to them, fortunately this is a silver dungeon. Hunting strange beasts has gained more general experience. We have all been promoted to bronze level 6 or 7 now, but I heard that those geniuses have already reached bronze level 10. No, I also saw a night professional who broke through to the first level of silver. Hey, don't talk about it, you will panic if you say it. How many strange beast tails have you collected this time? I don't have many tokens, but I have 5 tokens, so there is no problem in passing the assessment. That's right, our team originally had more than a dozen tokens, but they were robbed when they came out. Fortunately, we have more tales of strange beasts. Quote. At the same time, Lu Xuantian, He Danqi and Lin Wenwen just arrived at the queue. Immediately, attracting everyone's attention. During these 3 days, many people heard about Lu Xuantian. Especially seeing tokens all over his body. There are thousands of them at least. Admired. His muscles are so refined. Is it really that man? Nima, how many tokens do you need? If you give me 10 tokens, maybe I can pass the test. No wonder the 2 beauties in Ningcheng are willing to form a team with him, or I am willing to be me. Ah, since ancient times, beauties are matched with heroes. Regarding other people's comments, He Danqi and Lin Wenwen, 2 beauties, were a little embarrassed. Although they are also very strong, they can't hold back Lu Xuantian's impressive record. Lu Xuantian didn't care so much, but went to the examiner who settled the settlement, and took off all the tokens on his body. The sound of clattering sounded. The number of tokens is at least thousands. At this moment, all eyes were on the tokens in front of Lu Xuantian, wanting to know how many tokens Lu Xuantian finally got. Roar! At this moment, the roar of a strange beast suddenly came out not far away. Immediately, everyone looked. I saw a huge white tiger with a body length of 5 meters slowly walking towards the examiner, and a student was sitting behind the tiger. This person is none other than the powerful beast master who occupied the northern part of the dungeon, Baila. He is one of the few lone rangers. What was shocking was that Baila also threw out a bunch of tokens, numbering in the thousands. Help me count, I want to see if I have more tokens or his. Baila looked at the other pile of tokens and said coldly. Suddenly, a voice came. Wait a minute, and count for me, too. I saw 2 boys in armor coming not far away with a bunch of tokens. The number of tokens is also thousands. At this moment, even the examiner in charge of statistics was taken aback. You must know that there are only more than 16,000 tokens issued in this assessment competition. However, there are thousands of tokens in front of him. Hiss. At the same time, all the students present were shocked. They were shocked when Lu Xuantian got a lot of tokens. But now 2 more Tianzhao appeared, and they took out a similar number of tokens. Not only that, but these arrogances even have to compare each other. And some people don't have a token in their hands. This person compares to others, it's so maddening. However, this also shows their strength, and there must be a place for them in the future. This moment, at the exit of the copy, all students are paying attention to the top 3 teams. They are the team with the most tokens in this tournament. And the examiner also began to calculate. After a few minutes of counting, the results of the number of tokens obtained by the 3 teams came out. The first thing reported was the number of Bai Li's tokens. Because his number of tokens is the least. Bai La, collect a total of 1153 tokens. Lu Hai, Lu Yu, collected a total of 1321 tokens. When the number of tokens of the 2 teams was reported, everyone was shocked. This is to rob thousands of teams to have so many tokens. It is worthy of being a powerful Tianzhao. And then there is the last team. The Lu Xuantian team collected a total of 2,103 tokens. The sound was like thunder on the ground. Not only all the students were shocked. Even Bai La, Lu Hai, and Lu Yu were shocked. Bai La squinted his eyes and looked at Lu Xuantian. Although he couldn't tell how strong Lu Xuantian was, the white tiger under him could feel the terrifying aura of Lu Xuantian. The boy with his shoulders hanging around looked like a wild beast. He already regarded Lu Xuantian as a strong enemy in his heart. At this moment, everyone looked at Lu Xuantian, Hidanchi and Lin Wenwen with admiration. No doubt, their team is definitely number 1 this year. Just 3 teams collected a quarter of all tokens. And Lu Xuantian looked at the examiner curiously. Excuse me, what rewards are there for the first place in the Qingzhou University assessment? This is what he is more concerned about. The rewards given by each university are different every year. The tokens recovered this time are almost accepted, so he must be the first. The first place of our Qingzhou University is a reward of 5 million dragon coins, and you can choose a sword with silver level equipment and a skill book at will. The value of the 3 rewards is around 5 million. Equivalent to getting 1 per person. This reward is already very good for the first place. Thanks. Lu Xuantian nodded. In the end, under the envious eyes of everyone, he left with Hidanchi and Lin Wenwen. Soon, the news that the 3 of Lu Xuantian became the number 1 spread like wildfire and spread throughout Qingzhou, confusing everyone. It's a total dark horse. Many students who thought they could compete for the first place were dismissed. In just 1 day, Lu Xuantian's name resounds throughout Qingzhou. At the same time, people also know about Lu Xuantian's profession. Battle Tank Master. A rare occupation. And it's a profession with no special skills. However, it was such a professional who won the first place. A monster came out of the Qingzhou assessment base, and he directly won the first place with more than 2,000 tokens. Dark horse. This is definitely the dark horse of this year. I heard that he has a ghostly back, but no one knows if it's true or not. It is rumored that it is his exclusive skill, otherwise it would be impossible to defeat others. Battle Tank Master is a very powerful profession, but no one has ever had a dedicated profession in history. If there is a dedicated profession, it will definitely be a dark horse. Quote. Lu Xuantian doesn't know about the outside discussion. I'm also interested to know. Now he has returned to the villa with Hidanchi and Lin Wenwen. Lu Xuantian, thank you very much. Hidanchi looked at Lu Xuantian happily. If it weren't for Lu Xuantian this time, it would not be so easy for her to win the first place. However, their team has won the first place. Lu Xuantian smiled and said, even without me, the two of you can get the first place in the assessment. However, if you really want to thank me, you can give me some experience potions. I am only one step away from the silver level now, so I can directly use the experience potions to sprint. After 3 days of assessment time, all 3 of them have reached the 10th level of bronze. If it wasn't for the experience shared by the team, maybe he would have been promoted to the silver rank. Hidanchi immediately said no problem. As the daughter of the chairman of the He Chamber of Commerce, it is no problem to apply for some practice experience. In about half an hour, the He Chamber of Commerce sent the experience potion that Lu Xuantian needed. Lu Xuantian was not polite either, returned to the room and began to break through. Just move up to the next level. He can open the level package. Originally, his experience was almost full. After drinking 3 small bottles of experience potions, Lu Xuantian broke through to the first level of silver. Become a silver level powerhouse. And the sound of the system also sounded at the same time. Ding, congratulations on your upgrade to the silver level, and you will get a level gift bag. Open the gift bag. Ding. Congratulations on getting the body technique guy. Physical skills guy. You will receive the inheritance of the guy from the world of Hokage. Congratulations to host for successfully entering the silver rank, officially embarking on the road of the strong, and the system has been upgraded to 2.0. Every time the host advances to a small stage, he can get a small gift bag, and a big stage, he can get a huge gift bag. Immediately, Lu Xuantian looked at his panel. Name: Lu Xuantian. Occupation: Battle Tank Master. Level: Silver Tier 1. Strength: 155. Agility: 99. Spirit: 102. Stamina: 160. Exclusive skills: Ghost Back Fan Ma Physique. After opening, one's own blood, defense, and strength are increased by 1000%, and the muscles on the back condense into a pattern like a ghost crying, producing fear and awe, and the enemy's movement speed within the range and defense reduced by 35%. Physical guy skills: Leaf Hurricane, Leaf Great Whirlwind, Power Prelude, Leaf Strong Whirlwind, Kinoha King Kong Power Whirlwind. 8 Inner Gates. Opening conditions: after being fully proficient in physical skills, you can activate the physical limit 8 inner gates: open the gate, rest the gate, life gate, injury gate, do gate, scene gate, shock gate, death gate. At this moment, Lu Xuantian was shocked. He even got the physical skill of the Hokage world, Guy. And also a full set. Originally, he felt that he was empty-handed, but that was just pure strength. But now, he has a faster way to kill the enemy. Taijutsu pays attention to ultimate moves, the kind of moves that kill people. The damage has skyrocketed dozens of times. After all, according to the setting of the world view, the Hokage world is much stronger than the ghost back. The body technique alone has exceeded the limit of the human body. It is powerful and terrifying. And activate 8 inner gates. Its characteristic is faster and stronger. You must know that the importance of speed in battle is self-evident, and strength directly occupies the main position in battle. After the 8 inner gates are opened, the energy in the body will be released without restraint. The strength in the body will also increase tremendously. When the 8 gates are fully opened, it will completely unlock the limitations of all its own power, and it is a skill that can guide its own power to the limit. However, Lu Xuantian didn't know whether life would be burned when the 8th gate opened, but he quickly amused himself at his stupid idea. You must know that this world is integrated with the game, and there are various recovery potions and life potions, which can restore the damage of professionals in an instant. Moreover, the physique and vitality of a professional can be increased infinitely. Early the next morning, Lu Xuantian found Hidanchi and told her his thoughts. He intends to practice his gymnastics. As the main city of a state, Qingzhou City occupies an extremely large area, but this is the first time Lu Xuantian came here, and he is not familiar with the place. Even if he wants to find a secret dungeon to fight, there is no place he is familiar with. In the wild, there are different levels of alien beasts, so if you encounter a terrifying alien beast, you will give it for free. He Danchi thought for a while when he heard Lu Xuantian's words. You want to find a place where you can practice martial arts and fighting skills, and there is indeed a place. However, those are fought by fighters with rich combat experience, and the use of augmentation abilities is generally not allowed, so. The meaning is obvious. If Lu Xuantian activates the ghost back, there are probably not many opponents in the same level as him. Lu Xuantian said without changing his expression. I don't need to use it, and it's okay to simply use skills. If it was before, he might still be worried, but now he may not. Taijutsu is much more powerful than ordinary fighting skills. Seeing Lu Xuantian's insistence, He Danchi had no choice but to agree. Then he turned his head and went upstairs to call Shengelin Wenwen. In the car, He Danchi also explained where he was going. This time we are going to an arena in Qingzhou City, which is a ring specially set up for fighters. It is generally divided into 3 levels: bronze level, silver level and gold level. The arena is not a life and death arena. Instead of pursuing a fatal move, what you pursue is fighting skills, which is similar to performance. But you can't underestimate them, because those fighting skills can often kill them with one move when they are used in actual combat. Through He Danchi's introduction, Lu Xuantian has a general understanding of the arena mode. And this model was exactly what he needed. Lin Wenwen on the side also looked at Lu Xuantian curiously. Lu Xuantian, are you sure you want to go? Everyone who has heard of it is an experienced veteran, and any newcomer who goes there will be taught a lesson. It's okay, Lu Xuantian said very confidently. I have also discovered some of my shortcomings these days. I am weak in fighting and must strengthen it. Even if I lose, it's okay, and I don't think I will lose myself. Okay, you have to be careful then, Lin Wenwen said with some concern. Correct. Suddenly, He Danchi said, the results have been announced this morning. Our team has already won the first place, and Qingzhou University has sent us a notice that we will be able to enroll in 3 days. Well, I see. Lu Xuantian was not surprised. After all, 2,000 tokens is more than the previous record. If this does not take the first place, it is definitely a shady scene. During the chat, the car came to the gate of a huge building in the central area of Qingzhou City. On the plaque at the door hangs a long sword and a crossed crescent moon. There are 5 characters below. Zangetsu Arena. Miss He. When he saw He Danchi, a staff member came up to him. Well, I'm bringing a friend to the game, arrange it for me. Okay, please come inside. After entering, He Danchi explained to the 2 that her family is also one of the shareholders of the arena, and she used to come to see it often. Lu Xuantian sighed in his heart. No matter which world it is, the rich play with all kinds of tricks. Soon, a staff member came and took Lu Xuantian to the backstage of the arena. Come on, Lu Xuantian. I'm very optimistic about you. Lin Wenwen raised his small fist to cheer for Lu Xuantian. He Danchi also joked. Student Lu, I want to buy you to win, so don't let me lose. Haha, don't worry, you can't lose. Afterwards, Lu Xuantian followed the staff to the backstage of the arena. After Lu Xuantian left, He Danchi called a staff member. Arrange a bronze level player to practice for him first. Okay, normal competitions are competitions of the same level. Of course, there are also challenges for talented players to leapfrog. But He Danchi was worried that Lu Xuantian would not be able to beat his opponents at the same level, so he arranged for a stronger bronze player. After a while, she knew that she underestimated Lu Xuantian. After about 5 minutes, the host of the ring shouted, "Gentlemen and ladies, the next fight is about to begin. Let me introduce the 2 sides. The first one is a 10th rank bronze player, nicknamed Battle Chicken, with a record of 31 wins and 15 losses. The second is a 1st rank silver rookie, Lu Xuantian, nicknamed Blue Beast, with a current record of 0. When the host announced, the audience boiled. This one turned out to be Liang Shu, isn't it the next one? Never mind him, as long as the battle is exciting, and I'm more optimistic about the Battle Chicken. Although it is a bronze level, its strength cannot be underestimated. It's not like I haven't fought a silver level professional before. Haha, hurry up and place a bet, I'll buy Liang Shu and win. I heard that today is Liang Shu's last match, and next time his level will be upgraded to silver level. Yes, this must have been arranged by Zangetsu Arena for Liang Shu to win. Amidst the audience's discussion, both sides of the battle also appeared. Lu Zan walked onto the ring wearing a pair of tactical headgear. All the equipment in the arena is made of fine iron, and does not have equipment with attribute bonuses. Players can compete fairly. At the same time, Lu Xuantian also noticed that his opponent was a man 1 or 2 years older than himself. Holding a long knife in his hand, his eyes are very sharp. Now I'm announcing the rules. If you hit the opponent until they surrender or have no strength to fight again, you win. It is not allowed to use special augmentation props and powerful killing moves, otherwise it will be regarded as a failure and will be expelled from the Zangetsu arena. Now the battle begins. As the host's voice just fell, the audience in the entire auditorium went crazy. Crazy shouts. Lu Xuantian was not affected by the outside world, but looked at his opponent. Before playing, he watched Liang Shu's information. In the arena, he won 31 games in 1 month. Among them are the opponents of the 5th rank of silver. Very strong. But at this moment, Liang Shu walked towards him step by step with a long knife in hand. I didn't expect the arena to suddenly add a game, but it doesn't matter, it's just a first level silver. Are you surrendering yourself, or am I going to maim you? Liang Shu's words were very contemptuous, and her eyes were full of disdain. Lu Xuantian was not taken seriously. Anyway, as long as you don't kill him. Priests in the arena will help with treatment. After all, the rules of this world are so straightforward. Lu Xuantian said with a bit of a smile. I think I have a third option. That is to beat you down. Liang Shu looked at Lu Xuantian coldly. Originally wanted to give the other party a step down, but the other party didn't know how to flatter, so he was rude. Since you want to die, then go die. As soon as the words fell, Liang Shu had already disappeared in place, and in the blink of an eye, she came in front of Lu Xuantian and chopped her down. Brush. Suddenly, a black shadow flashed in front of him. Liang Shu was shocked to find that Lu Xuantian was not in front of her. Where are you looking? At this time, a voice came from the left. Not good. Liang Shu reacted quickly, and immediately turned around to block with the back of the knife, and received a solid punch with a bang. The next kick. All of a sudden, a leg that was so fast that it swung out an afterimage kicked Liang Shu in the abdomen, and lifted him 2 meters away with one kick. Not far away, Liang Shu, who stabilized her figure, looked at Lu Xuantian in astonishment. This guy, he thought his speed and strength were fast. But Lu Xuantian is stronger and faster. Come again. This time he didn't underestimate Lu Xuantian, it is definitely not an ordinary professional who can possess such responsiveness. Immediately, he swung his knife again to chop off. Breaking wind. Lu Xuantian squinted his eyes and didn't make a hard call. Dodge Liang Shu with speed. Suddenly, after dodging for a while, Lu Xuantian's eyes lit up, he has a chance. Immediately, one step forward. I saw him supporting the ground with one hand, kicking the upper kick with his right leg high, and performing the lower kick with his left leg, performing a continuum technique. Leaf hurricane. In an instant, Lu Xuantian turned into a whirlwind, his legs condensed strong wind currents to act as a protective cover, and then kicked Liang Shu heavily. Bang! Liang Shu hurriedly used the long knife to block it, but was shocked by the powerful force and took a step back. Suddenly, his arm went numb, and he couldn't even grab the long knife. He looked at Lu Xuantian, who was like a small whirlwind, in horror. If he reacted a little slower, the kick would have hit him. At this time, Lu Xuantian's speed is faster. If it was a small whirlwind just now, it is a big whirlwind now. Hoo-hoo. In the Setsuna room, on the ring, there was a constant gust of wind, blowing a lot of dust. The high-speed rotating leaf great whirlwind ruthlessly slammed into Liang Shu. He hastily used the back of the knife to resist, but the next moment, the long knife in his hand was kicked off, and he was attacked several times. Each foot seemed to be hit by a huge boulder, constantly bombarded. Eventually, he was kicked with a heel. He hit the ground heavily, was seriously injured, vomited blood, and passed out. The battle was decided in an instant. Suddenly, the audience who were watching were dumbfounded. The atmosphere just started and it's over. What kind of move was that just now? Who is that guy? How fierce. He kicked Liang Shu away. I just bought Liang Shuiying. Ah, this wave of blood loss. It's fake. This newcomer is so fierce, is he a disciple cultivated by that family? Many viewers talked a lot, but it is undeniable that Lu Xuantian is really strong. But no one doubted Lu Xuantian. After all, they are all professionals, and they can feel the power that erupts in battle. In the audience, He Danchi was surprised. Lu Xuantian doesn't seem to have used this skill before. I just said why Lu Xuantian came to practice gymnastics. It turned out that he learned it quietly, which surprised everyone, and this skill is more lethal. Danchi, Lin Wenwen said with the same astonishment. We have always overestimated ourselves, and at the same time underestimated Lu Xuantian. He is the real genius. Although his moves are not very proficient, after a long time, he can use them flexibly. No, suddenly, Lin Wenwen seemed to realize something. Isn't Lu Xuantian a battle tank master? And this skill is obviously the skill of a fighter. For a moment, both women gasped. They just thought that Lu Xuantian was more powerful before, but now with the skills of a fighter, it is easier to display his strength. Tanks don't need fighting skills, but now they have fighting skills. He Danchi suddenly shouted. Steady and fast, let's press Lu Xuantian to win again. I don't think the silver-level opponents are necessarily his opponents. In the arena, immediately after the battle, a priest came to the field to treat Liang Shu, and he recovered in a short time. The host spoke again. The winner of this game is the Wolf and Beast. Do you want to take a break now and continue the challenge? The host said the second sentence to Lu Xuantian, and the latter said lightly after hearing the words, No, I was just warming up just now, let's continue to arrange people. And not far from the arena, Liang Shu had just been awakened by the pastor, only to hear Lu Xuantian's understatement. Puff! Immediately, he spit out a mouthful of blood again, and passed out again. All the audience could clearly hear Lu Xuantian's very arrogant words. First of all, I was stunned. Then, laugh out loud. Haha, this guy is so arrogant, but I like it. Is he floating? The host hurry up and arrange for a silver-ranked player to fight him. I want to see him looking for teeth all over the place. Let King of King Kong, Tai Kong fight him, and teach this kid a lesson. I will buy Tai Kong to win. I think Chu Chenfeng can beat him. Soon, the second battle also began. The man who appeared on the stage was a very strong man, also wearing a boxing glove, and also a martial artist. The host's voice also came at the same time. This person is familiar to everyone, right? He is the King of King Kong, silver first rank, a powerful professional with a record of 39 wins and 10 losses. Then the battle begins. With a single command, the battle began. King Kong looked at Lu Xuantian vigilantly. He had already watched the battle just now. That move was very strong, but he was also a martial artist and would not be afraid of Lu Xuantian. Raid. Suddenly, the Vajra King rushed towards Lu Xuantian fiercely, and slapped Lu Xuantian with a heavy palm. Lu Xuantian hastily blocked with both arms. Slide back a few meters. Haha, the kid thinks that winning the battle chicken can defeat me. King Kong laughed and charged again. Yes, Lu Xuantian said coldly. Similarly, he also rushed towards King Kong quickly, faster than King Kong. Konoha breaks the rock and rises. With a powerful elbow, King Kong slammed hard into King Kong's stomach. King Kong instantly turned into a bowed shrimp, and the sound of a broken spine came from his body. Instantly kill one person again. Next, Lu Xuantian shouted again. At this moment, the audience was stunned. If Lu Xuantian was luck just now, then it is real strength now. Easily kill opponents in seconds. Soon, the next silver first rank bloody hand also lost to Lu Xuantian. Next, the audience is numb. Before Lu Xuantian even opened his mouth, they had already yelled for help. Please invite the next victim. 3 days passed in a flash. Lu Xuantian has been fighting in the arena for 3 days, no one in his class can match him, and he has almost practiced the basic fighting skills. Basically able to drive. This is still in the state where he has not activated the ghost back. And within 3 days, Lu Xuantian killed the Zangetsu arena. All bronze and silver level professionals are no match for Lu Xuantian. Even in the end, silver 10th level professionals couldn't beat him with physical skills. In the end, Lu Xuantian won 100 consecutive victories, averaging 40 battles a day, which once broke the previous record of Zangetsu Arena. This time the Zangetsu Arena and even Qingzhou City have never seen a deed. Among them, there are many other arenas who have come to challenge Lu Xuantian's professionals. And this trip, Lu Xuantian has gained a lot. Not only fully mastered physical skills, but also successfully opened the 8 inner gates to open the door. At this moment, Lu Xuantian has returned to Hidanki's villa. Lu Xuantian didn't expect that you were the hidden genius. Now the whole Qingzhou City knows that there is a talented martial artist in the Zangetsu arena. Fortunately, I arranged for someone to help you hide your identity as soon as possible, but there are too many people who have seen you, so I will hide it for a while at most. Hidanchi sat on the sofa and said with a smile. Lin Wenwen on the side also answered. Lu Xuantian, tell us the truth, do you have a second hidden job? But those things are rare, and each one is very expensive, not something ordinary people can afford. The two girls stared at Lu Xuantian. Seeing Lu Xuantian laughing. Haha, you think too much, I'm just a battle tank master, I just know a little bit of fighting skills. Hidanchi and Lin Wenwen. Is this really a little bit? Don't talk to you, this time I won a lot of dragon coins with your light, and I'm not the kind of person who eats alone. I have already transferred 10 million dragon coins to your gold card, then you can buy things directly. Hidanchi smiled and said, because of you, Zangetsu Arena has also made a lot of money. If you have nothing to do, go to bed early, school will start tomorrow. At this time, Lin Wenwen said, by the way, we are not in the same profession. We may be divided into different college areas, and we may not be able to meet each other. It's okay, we're in the same university, so it's not easy to meet. Lu Xuantian said indifferently. Although there are many careers in this world, they can be roughly divided into those types. After a brief exchange, everyone rested, waiting for admission tomorrow. At the same time, in a room at Qingzhou University, Wang Ruo stood beside Yi Hongfei, and they were watching the same video. The content in the video is the battle video that went viral in Qingzhou City recently. The championship video of Zangetsu Arena's 100-game winning streak. Hey, why did this kid become a martial artist? Yi Hongfei watched the video in surprise. Especially in the video, Lu Xuantian fights extremely neatly. At the beginning, the movements are still a little immature, but after that, they are as smooth as clouds and flowing water. To know, during the assessment 3 days ago, Lu Xuantian did not have such moves. At this time, Wang Ruo said, I didn't know him at first, it was rumored in the circle. I didn't pay attention to it at first, but it turned out to be him. I feel like he's been working on his skills, getting more proficient as he fights. And he didn't activate that ability. With these physical skills alone, he is invincible at the same level. At this time, the more Yi Hongfei looked at Lu Xuantian, the more he liked him. It's a good piece of material for fighting. Even if he doesn't have a job transfer scroll for a fighter, he can still learn the skills and techniques of a fighter in this profession. Suddenly, Yi Hongfei glared at Wang Ruo, and a cold voice came. Wang Ruo, after he enrolls tomorrow, arrange for him to go directly to the martial arts academy. He can't be snatched away by other instructors, or I'll only ask you. Yes, the student understands. Wang Ruo was really taken aback. It was the first time he saw the teacher like this. But it is true. It's not easy to meet a good seedling of a martial artist, and no one will let it go. Other mentors will definitely compete, and Lu Xuantian must be taken away as soon as possible. The next day, 8 in the morning, the gate of Qingzhou University is surrounded by densely packed students. The number of new students is more than 6,000, and some outstanding students are re-enrolled, and the total number may reach 10,000. After all, those who are able to participate in the assessment must have the ability requirements, and ordinary students will not ask for it, so it is a bit talented to participate. Qingzhou University occupies a very large area and is divided into 3 colleges, warrior, mage, and assistant. Each college is divided into different areas. At this moment, many students are heading towards their respective colleges. At this time, Lu Xuantian, Hidanchi, and Lin Wenwen also came to Qingzhou University. That's where we parted. The 2 of you are going to the combat department, shall I come with you? Lu Xuantian parted from the 2 girls at the fork. Because the combat system and the auxiliary system are not in the same direction. Hidanchi nodded and said, well, Lu Xuantian has a chance for us to meet again. Lin Wenwen also pulled the suitcase and waved goodbye to Lu Xuantian. Lu Xuantian, we will definitely surpass you in the future, and we will form a team together in the future, and we will take you to fight monsters. Hearing this, Lu Xuantian smiled slightly. Okay, it's a deal, you will take me to upgrade in the future, if you break your promise, I will spank your little butts. Ah, Lu Xuantian, you fool. Lin Wenwen stretched out his hand and was about to hit Lu Xuantian, but the latter had already run far away. He Danky's face on the side was already flushed red. Steady, I'll go first. He Danchi said hello and left. She is going to report at the combat department, while Lin Wenwen is going to the mage department. On the other side, after running a certain distance, Lu Xuantian looked at the two women who hadn't chased him, and was just about to breathe a sigh of relief when he found a figure approaching him suddenly. Student, where are you going so fast? I'll go, uncle, who are you? Lu Xuantian asked in surprise. At this time, Wang Ruo of the combat department standing in front of Lu Xuantian smiled and said, I am the teacher of the fighting department, and I have already transferred you to the fighting department. Come with me. Shouldn't I be a battle assistant? Lu Xuantian blinked and said. You are not suitable for Zanfu. Don't worry, the teacher will not harm you. Aren't you practicing martial arts skills recently? It just so happens that a diamond-level fighter instructor has taken a fancy to you and wants to accept you as a student. Also, it's useless for you to refuse, because you are destined not to be able to leave the school today. Wang Ruo smiled, but saw Lu Xuantian's scalp go numb. Dare to be targeted. Qingzhou University, Office of the Dean of the Department of Martial Arts. Led by Wang Ruo, Lu Xuantian finally came to the office on the top floor of the martial arts department teaching area. In the office, an old man who looked to be in his 50s was standing in front of the French window of the office with his hands behind his hands, looking at the school gate. There is a steady stream of students there. At the same time, there was a vague aura exuding from the old man's body, which was extremely powerful. Lu Xuantian's gaze was fixed, although it was only a little bit of breath, it gave him a very strong feeling. This is the aura of a diamond-level powerhouse. Wrong. Lu Xuantian, who was just about to enter the door, froze for a moment. This feeling. Why does it seem like it was done on purpose for him to see? How old is it? Don't you want something high-end? The corner of Lu Xuantian's mouth twitched. Boom. At this time, Wang Ruo knocked on the door. Teacher, I have already brought him. Yi Hongfei turned to look at Lu Xuantian. Little classmate, old man Yi Hongfei, instructor of the martial arts department, I think you have the talent to become a god, and you are very suitable for the martial arts department. Meet the mentor, Lu Xuantian said very politely. Before coming, Wang Ruo had already explained the change to him. It turned out that Yi Hongfei had watched his freshman assessment competition. Match your abilities. After all, the battle tank has no exclusive skills, so the advantage is not very big, and his strength is just suitable for the battle tank master. The old man decided to accept you as a personal disciple. As long as you follow me, I will give you the best resources. Fighters can often knock the enemy down with a single punch. Besides, fighters have many powerful skills. If you want to learn them, I can teach them to you. When your strength grows, I can also teach you my own exclusive skills. I'll find you a martial artist transfer booklet, and you will have dual professions, and you will improve a lot in all aspects. Think about it first, and I won't force you. Yi Hongfei told Lu Xuantian about the fighters. Leave Lu Xuantian the slightest time. After all, this cannot force Lu Xuantian to turn professional. Lu Xuantian thought for a while. Fighters are really helpful to me. I think, I am more suitable for the feeling of beating the enemy violently. Moreover, as a battle tank master, I prefer to practice warrior skills. So, I choose the martial arts department. In fact, Lu Xuantian has also thought about it, and it is obvious that a martial artist is more suitable for him. Besides, he doesn't want to be a meat tank. After all, he also got the powerful fighting skill of physical fitness, being a meat tank is too inferior. When Lu Xuantian finished speaking, Yi Hongfei laughed and said, Haha, my classmate, you made a wise decision. Only then did Yi Hongfei look at Lu Xuantian with joy. Haha, Xiao Lu, don't detain me here. Since you choose my place, I won't hide things privately. Although you are a battle tank master and can cultivate the skills of a fighter, you are not a fighter after all. I will help you pay attention to the job transfer scroll of a fighter in the future, so that you can have a second talent. Yi Hongfei was careless, not as serious as before, nor was he scolding each other with Dean Guo Xin just now. Lu Xuantian also nodded and said, "Thank you, teacher. I don't really care if I want it or not, the battle tank master is really good. This is still necessary." Yi Hongfei disagreed a little, and then continued. "It's your first day at school today, so take a rest first. Anyway, you still have a long time in school. I'll test you first tomorrow." Suddenly, Yi Hongfei pointed to Wang Ruo who was beside him and said, "This is your senior brother. He used to practice with me, but now he is the teacher of the martial arts department. You follow him back to the dormitory to rest, and I will teach you tomorrow." "Okay, teacher," Lu Xuantian replied, and then left with Wang Ruo. The teaching area and the dormitory area are separated by a certain distance. When heading to the accommodation area, Wang Ruo said, "The teacher now only accepts one student every year, sometimes not one, and you meet the teacher's standard for accepting students. Especially the video of you fighting in the arena, the teacher also watched it." Hearing this, Lu Xuantian suddenly realized. It turned out that he was secretly photographed fighting in the arena. However, this also indirectly helps yourself. Not long after, the two came to a villa area not far away, and stopped in front of a villa numbered 011. This is where gifted students live, and the environment is better than ordinary areas. "This is your house." Wang Ruo pointed to 11's villa and said. After that, he pointed to the 012 villa next to him and said, "Here is one of your senior sisters. She enrolled last year and will stay at the school temporarily this year. You can get to know each other when you have time. You can ask him to help you deal with anything in the future. If there is a notice, she will come to inform you. I hope everyone will support it and subscribe more."